them treated because people were posting up scenes from that show Seventh Heaven, right? And
Oh my god!
and I know that, and I know the episode too because apparently the younger kid, he was hanging out with his friends. His friends were smoking weed. One of the kids didn't get caught. They threw the cigarette inside of his bag.
A lit cigarette?
No. It was actually a joint. It was one of the extra joints.
And the mom always had made this little. Is that marijuana?
But what made it funny is that the mother was like, Phil, I didn't want to tell you this, but you know, back when I was a teenager, I was very wild and I did marijuana too. And they played that foreboding music. I laugh. I'm like, it's weed, guys. Like, what are we doing here?
I learned it from you, Dad.
Yo, when she said that, I was expecting her to say she experimented with women or something like that. Something bold.
She said back in the day, So back in the day, me and my girls went to an Earth, Wind, and Fire concert, right? And these 3 black dudes, they just
gangbang. It's crazy.
If it was
now, but it's because the weed got us there.
No, if this was today, sorry, not today. If this was back in the 80s. You already know what
80s. Yeah, it'll still be Earth, Wind, and Fire.
No, D. See, no. Come on, man. This would be the
corny
younger
white woman. Corny white woman.
No. Here, no. First of all, they would be on their way to Baltimore for the big fun.
Shut up.
No, I will. I refuse.
Shut up.
Second of the wretched.
They are not nowhere close to the ill-gotten, disgusting ways of Baltimore.
No, the grand scheme.
Where are you going? I'm going to the city, Mom. Where? Topeka, Kansas.
Cold Kansas.
I still think back to that episode. These broads, I bet New York to Delaware, these broads literally drove 2.5 hours and was like, fuck it, we got another half to go to Baltimore. I'm like, but your car. Yo, these chicks were stupid. Holy shit. Like,
on top of that, here's the thing. Weed. Like, I would never forget, white people demonized weed until about 2010.
No,
if you don't want to know,
it wasn't.
Like, I tell you how demonized weed was. I go back as far as to 2014. Now I have totally revamped the story so I can say straight now. It ain't called Batman Legacy no more, but whatever. I had Harley Quinn and Joker talking to each other, smoking weed. 3 of my friends, how dare you? They will never smoke weed. I'm like, nigga, did you just hear what you just said? Did you just hear what you said that the comic book character who is a psychopath would never.
That's like saying Bane would never. That's like saying Bane would never take steroids. Look at you like,
hey, nigga.
That's like saying Scarecrow would never take shrooms.
It's like this weed actually mellows Joker out. So technically, you would want him to smoke that shit because
It's just Bruce Timm couldn't put that in the cartoon.
That's like saying. That's like saying. Wait, that's like saying Harvey. Like Harvey doesn't make bets.
Yeah, and that's also like saying Harvey never took Quaaludes on a daily basis because he did. That was a real problem that the attorney had, and we did a good job here at the DA's office to cover Mr.
I did want to bring up
keeps the criminals away.
I did want to bring up something
going down,
CJ, since you brought this up, by the way, about the whole drugs thing of the early 2000s and the late 90s,
because folks don't want to know what we were talking about before we went live. Holy shit!
No. It was just something I remember that I've always seen in freaking drug PSAs. Whenever the parent, it's always one of the parents. They would always come together, lift up the child's bed, and they would see every drug known to man. Like they would see an entire laboratory. It would be a whole ass lab under the freaking mattress.
Why?
I never got that.
I like this, Eris, that is always exactly 4 circle pills, 5 long joints, and it's like 4 well-made white boys, and for whatever reason, it's a fat ass motherfucking needle under that. I was like, yo.
I just want going back to Seventh Heaven before we get into it.
Always a needle.
I will never forget the episode when they talk about gang activity.
The younger girl was in the gang.
I'm trying to fly, mama.
Younger girl was in the
all
game.
Yo,
underneath their bed, bro.
there is nothing better than white people trying to act Latino. That is the best thing in the world. Like, it's already sad. It's already sad
Stefani.
when white people try to act black. It's already sad when white people try to act black, but when they go for Latino, in their mind, hey, they're white like us. That's in our range, guys.
Well, sir, Gwen Stefani is the honorary. Gwen Stefani is the honorary.
Don't do that.
Hispanic.
Don't do that to her.
First of all, I hate to listen.
Don't do that to her.
Hold up.
She's
hold
actually
hold up.
all
Listen.
the ska that she listened to. Okay,
Hold on.
Don't do that to her.
No, stop it. First of all, listen. The jig is up. I don't know if anybody saw the mousetrap or not, but all you know for a fact that all they have to do is get a slight tan, just a slight tan, throw in a bandana, boom, they're Hispanic.
I like how Ariana Grande had been pale all her life, and that bitch jumped in a tub of cocoa Vaseline, and all of a sudden, yeah, shut up, stop, just stop.
As long as we're not slandering Vasquez from Aliens, we can keep going.
I'm not. So, since we've already gone 6 minutes in before confusing the hell out of people about what we're about to talk about, what's going on, everybody? We're here to talk about shit under the ground, and Kevin Bacon pulling off a very, very well executed Southern accent.
I sit here
Also, we're talking about a movie. I'm sorry, Christopher, but we're talking about a movie where we have a diverse cast of white people, a Chinaman, and a Latino. Actually, a couple of them. And amazingly enough, not one nigga was in this thing. And that's actually pretty good. I got to say, guys, I think we ducked this one.
Let's be real. I find it funny that this movie franchise spawned 7 movies to varying degrees.
Chris, I thought there was only 4.
To varying degrees of this is a franchise that I will admit wholeheartedly they've gotten a lot of mileage out of. I even watched the one that came out last year during the pandemic, Shriekers Island. It's a guilty pleasure.
Don't tell me Mike Gross was
I'm getting into that. So it's funny, the trajectory of the Tremors franchise. Kevin Bacon was the lead star. Him and Kevin Bacon really was the main star of this movie, right?
Of course, because
as it got to the second one, Fred Ward was like the leading star in the second movie.
Mm-hmm.
When it got to the third movie, Michael Gross tagged in and was like, all right, I guess it's my franchise now. And ever since from the third on forward, it's been the Michael Gross franchise, essentially.
So let me get this straight. Let me get this correct.
And Michael Gross has been in all the fucking Tremors movies.
Wow. You know what?
Yep.
Sometimes you gotta cut out what you gotta cut out. Also,
Family Ties, Michael Gross. I just find it funny.
I know.
It's just
I know. Who knew Second Life will be shooting aliens? What, they haven't figured out what they were, have they?
They're ancient creatures. They're not aliens. Like they ran from. Okay, so the basis of Tremors was basically.
Stop. Look at the person below you, Christopher. Look at the person below you.
Oh yeah. Down.
Yeah, how you doing?
I just want to play the Ricochet theme song as I do this. But what is up, guys? Reckless Fox here, head of the Struggle Game podcast and director of Morphin Network, and I am back. It's been a while since we did Above the Law, which is still one of the funniest things we did together. And then obviously, for those of you who don't know, D helped me with Halloween 6, The Curse of Michael Myers, the actual cut, and the Snyder cut. I mean producer's cut. And yeah, we hitting the clap back. So we gonna clap back. Yeah, and I am so happy that I'm here to talk about one of my favorite creature feature movies. In my top 5.
That was too quick, and I should have known because it was so funny. I'm like, who gotta get on for this motherfucker? Hey, Fox, you want to do Tremors? It was like that was quick, nigga. Like it was like when you message somebody and it said not been online since like 2 hours or whatever, right? It was like that for Fox. I was like, all right, do you want to do Tremors? Damn, nigga.
Bro, I was at work when I saw. I'm like, I gotta go outside.
I just find it funny that this movie got advertised as a horror film, but it's really a horror comedy.
It's a horror comedy. It's horror comedy.
And the franchise has been horror comedy since the first movie. They have never ducked away from that. It's like, no, we're playing it for laughs, even though the monsters are deadly. I will admit the idea of these monsters, you can't walk on fucking the ground. That's scary. I ain't gonna lie. That is kind of scary. And the fact that they can gobble up cars. Yes, you're not safe in your car, folks. It will gobble up your whole ass car.
That Crown Vic, that lovely Crown Vic station wagon is going underground, dog.
Now, also, if you happen to be a farmer, they do amazing hat tricks.
Its only weakness. Its only weakness. Concrete.
Concrete and America.
Who knew? Who knew old concrete and the good old American red state gun laws would be the reason why these motherfuckers died?
This is the thing. Where I'm at right now.
Let me make it very clear. I know there in gun law states, there are some robbers who are stupid enough to go in those homes and get their head blown off. All right. But let's just look at the whole stat. That shit, that never really works. This is the first history ever. Thank God this shit didn't happen. And I don't know. Let me get a good state. Thank God this
California.
shit didn't. No. Thank God this shit didn't happen in motherfucking Maryland where the gun laws is fucked up.
Well, let me point out something. Where I'm at,
where I'm Virginia, be the only people that can help us.
Well, let's be real. Where I'm at, right? If Tremors would have happened and I'm out in the country, I'm fucked. But if you live in like the city, you're fine because it's like what Tremors gonna hit the metro and they're gonna die when they hit the fucking concrete of the damn Green Line and shit.
Hey Chris, don't talk too loud before Netflix said that Negro has a point there, and we have to diversify. Mike Ross, you want to go to Anacostia? He turns around, put those aviators on. Thought you would never ask.
Tremors 8.
Like he's like this. Tremors 8. You're not killing black people, Mike. Son of a bitch. Rated R.
It has to be like where Eris is at in like Manassas. They gotta put Tremors out there. That's like it's like Manassas, Virginia. It's
like Chris, there will be so many chest thumping white boys that will get body.
Thank you.
First of all,
we need that.
First of all, the ones that would get bodied first. Anyone who runs around with a "Don't Shred on Me" license plate is gone.
God. Oh, let me tell you
something.
Let me tell you something about
they're the first ones to go.
Let me tell you something about these chicken hawk ass white boys that live around DC. Let me tell you, the DC area is blue around this whole area, right? It is a bit of shade of purple, but that's what personal politics. It gets kind of conservative. Matters what part of the area you're around.
DC, PG County.
But yeah, that's what I'm saying.
We're holding it down for blue.
You know what I'm saying? It gets kind of purple all around, but still, it's a pretty nice place to live at. But here's the thing: none of the red state people, the red people, get really loud. When they do, they're often, I don't know, punched in the face, kicked in the nuts, embarrassed somehow. Yeah, they float around like just imagine like it's like you be having a good day and all of a sudden you hear like the Darth Vader ding, come on, dun dun dun. It's like, it's down. Loud Dodge 3500. Never hauled a thing in his life.
If you needed the perfect companion for Michael Gross's character, Reba McEntire was perfect.
Let me tell you something. I wanted to say this one thing.
Reba McEntire, she's great. I love her.
Hey, I will say this one thing about Reba McEntire because I never liked her like that. But I always say, hey, Reba, you look good. But I never wanted to be mean about her looks. And then I saw her in this movie and I could finally say, damn, bitch, you really did get some shit done to your face. I knew it. I never wanted to say it out loud. Did you want to know real? She got the little weird white woman lines on her face in this one. So when I see her now,
she was getting old. She was
getting old. So you see her nails all smooth in her face. Here's me. I'll bang you now. Compared to back.
But at the same time, though, I'm like, Dolly Parton would never.
No, she wouldn't. Dolly Parton. Here's Dolly. Would never what? Face? Oh, I did that a couple times, honey. But it's all good.
I noticed something else too, Chris. God, this movie came out in 1990. Yeah. How did we get the inspiration for who would become camp counselor Kevin Lee from Salute Your Shorts when her character
son, when I saw him, because
I saw Ugg from Salute Your Shorts, I'm like, it came from this movie.
So, dude, I saw Demon Knight 2 actually a couple days ago because Brad did that junk on Cinema Snob, and I actually watched it again. And I was like, God, this movie was good. And I saw him in that movie. He died in that. I'm like, good, he died in this movie. And then I looked, I was like, yeah, we doing Tremors. Oh, that nigga's in this movie. He gonna live in it because I remember he was a kid. I think he lives.
Kurt Bailey. You know what's crazy about it? We didn't talk about it. Kurt Bailey, he actually did a lot of anime voice acting.
He did?
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah,
Cool.
8th MS Team. He did Shin and Cowboy Bebop.
Who was he in 8th MS Team?
He just did like random soldier voices and stuff. Okay. It's kind of like how what's his face? Old boy that played Heisenberg. He did anime stuff, but it's like uncredited.
I think I know stuff. I think more with him is probably
Bryan
like
Cranston.
Yeah, Bryan Cranston, where he's credited as a different name.
Yeah, but I know what you mean. But I think with all the roles he did, there were similar voice actors that always stayed in the same circle. That they will be the ones that be usually on the A team, but for some reason it's like the B squad. It's not a bad team at all, but somehow Kirk Thornton's there. And
would you say? Here's a question: would you say Tara Strong is part of the B squad?
Hell
no.
Okay,
no. She's been past that.
And I'm talking in anime terms because if you look at anime terms, it was what you call the good ones that did all the rated R movies for Pioneer and manga and all that. But you notice there was two. But you've noticed there was two separate LA studios, and they all cross studios. But for some reason, sometimes it was like an A team and a B team. You kind of could tell. But for whatever reason, Kurt, Wendy Lee, and Steve Blum, they often went to both. And it was kind of weird how you look at that. But yeah, whatever.
But
I don't know how we got lost.
But anyway, the one thing I appreciate about this movie is that I like that we as the audience and also the characters, we're learning about these creatures over the course of the movie. They're not info dumping you like in the first 5 minutes and then that's it. It's like over the course of the film, you're figuring out, all right, what works in order to get around these creatures. You find out like literally like 20 minutes into the movie.
Learn.
Yeah, it's like 20 minutes into the movie. Hey, if you're on a rock, it can't touch you because it's solid. Okay.
30 minutes in, I'm like, wait a minute. So they can hear everything. So even if you're pole vaulting, would they still know that you're moving? Like
yes and no.
See, I was still, but still know what I'm doing. I'm still trying to learn with them how this shit was working. So that is underrated in movies and in video games where you're like learning with it and you don't know it. You're learning, you don't know it. That's the best movies to me.
Fox, I got a question for you.
What's up?
So after watching this movie, did you think that years and years later, this movie would give the inspiration for a 2-part film series called The Quiet
Place? I knew you were going to mention that. I was talking to my girl about this yesterday when I'm like, I low-key think that John Krasinski did get some ideas from Tremors to do Quiet Place. And you know what? I ain't mad about it.
I think Quiet Place is just more scary because those monsters, it's like,
if you make a fucking sound,
you make the slightest sound. You up and out of here.
What you did was you took the scariest part of a video game and took the scariest part of a zombie and took the scariest part of what made Tremors and made it have feet.
Because the opening scene of the second Quiet Place shows you like them creatures came to kill. There was like it was a blink, boom, it hits. Tremors, I like it because they didn't make the creature too invincible because it's like, well, they can be killed, obviously, because the best scene of the movie, bar none to me, even to this day when I rewatch this, is fucking hilarious. It's Reba and Michael Gross fighting that fucking creature as it pops up in their fucking basement and they're just shooting the shit out of it before they're like, hold up, elephant bullets. I'm like, of course you got elephant bullets. Why would you not have elephant bullets? Of course you do.
Let's take that to 20.
Hey, Chris, Chris, cue your boy from John Wick 3. Armor piercing.
That was the only thing missing from them. If they had armor piercing bullets, it'd been a wrap.
Now let's take that to 2020. Like, no, this one, give me the elephant gun. Nah, give me the C4.
Like, you just see entrails blowing up, and it's like that's a lot of fucking explosives. Like, god damn.
What's the joke? My favorite one, the grenade launcher. That's my favorite. Do you know? Pretty much in any video game, to get D off, Put a grenade launcher in that motherfucker. I love doing this shit.
When the recent Resident Evil started putting in there, and it was like the OP gun, it's like, oh, it's a wrap. I can get through this game easy.
Resident Evil 7 is a great example. Because that game scared the shit out of me until you get a shotgun and the fucking grenade launcher. You're like, let's fucking blast some zombies, bitches.
Then you definitely feel like a badass when you realize you can glitch the grenade launcher to give you 420 rounds.
Yeah, it's a wrap.
I didn't know that.
No, you don't. Not like I was telling my son.
It was only an RE1 remake.
I was telling my son this because I'm replaying Metal Gear Solid 3. Hey guys, let me tell you something. What happened to all of my skill? What happened to every bit? I don't know how the controls are. These controls are terrible. Did I always play this game? Like I'm bad at it right now. But anyway, I'm going through it, and I was telling my son, because he finally shot the first the first frog, right? He's like, yeah, Dad, I'm bad at that shit. You ain't gonna get all of them. I was like, where he at? He's like, where he at? Like, you gotta look at the guy. He's like, all right, I go on the guy. He going like he like, it's 200. So like, how you gonna get that one on the bike? I did it before. I'm lying. So you know when you get chased by you get chased.
It's like two of them.
No, Eris, it was like two of them motherfuckers. Weren't it, man? He was like, when you getting chased down that hill, it's two of the frogs that's in the trees, right? Or it's like three of them. It's like one of them log and two in the tree.
The one that's in the tree, it's far as shit, and you have to use the Dragunov in order to hit it.
Wow.
For those who want to know, these are the official strategy guides for Metal Gear Solid told by black people. Let's go.
Man, let me tell you that shit in the background, man.
No, if you want the official, no, Reckless. Hold up, Fox. If you want the official Metal Gear Solid strategy guide told by black people, check out our Metal Gear Solid podcast.
You got to send me the link because I've been like all the fucking.
I told you that's an old one.
It's a very old one.
Don't care. Give it to me. I don't
Thank you. Someone appreciates.
Every Halloween, I go back to listen to y'all niggas review of The Craft, and that shit cracks me up every fucking time.
So the crazy part is the movie does also a good job because even with, freaking Bert and his wife having all the guns, you're talking three creatures out of this movie that's terrorizing this small town. It's the smallest of small.
Was it 4 or 3?
It's three total. Because you remember the first one, that's when Heather and her husband, they killed in their basement. There was 2 more left. They killed one with a dynamite, and then the third one was the one that Kevin Bacon lured into that fucking concrete barrier, and it went off the cliff. No, 4. You're right.
Yeah, I felt like
one hit the concrete, and the other one went off the cliff.
No, the one that went off the cliff, that was on some freaking Looney Tunes shit.
Bro.
The car, the first one, the concrete was the one with Kevin Bacon's like, fuck you. Second one was when Michael Gross and Reba America the fuck out of him.
Bro.
The third one was when they dynamite the fuck out of him, and then the final was
Yo, he literally just dived over him like, so that's all it took, huh? Like just you can't stop. I can't stop.
Well, that's the end of this soup.
Can you imagine them? So it's a wild to me. Can you imagine you and your wife? It's at nighttime. Y'all looking at the stars, and all of a sudden you get eat up by your car gets dragged underground. That's a shitty way. You groping, rounding third base, and all of a sudden, shit, underground is.
You're getting pulled underground, man. First of all, if you were given a heads up, you would be like our boy from Brightburn. Nope.
And the crazy part is this guy and his wife, when he tries to pull off, it's already too late because it already got the fucking car locked. So it's like he can't drive off. It's a fucking Pontiac car. It ain't like it's a truck. His stuff, so it's like, yeah, it's a wrap. You dig on the ground, and I like that when they find them, they can hear the radio underneath the ground. Like, the hell is that sound? I think it's a radio. Oh shit, it's underneath the ground.
We're getting the fuck up out of here, man.
I mean, just and the fact that these creatures, and again, this is like the smallest of small towns, and I mean, I've driven through small towns in Arizona. In New Mexico and stuff. So it's not far-fetched that these kind of places, you knock over a telephone pole, it's like, oh, communications is knocked out. We got to go up on top of the hills and shit to get communicating and stuff, the mountains and stuff. I'm like, okay, this definitely is kind of wild and crazy here.
At that point, you are looking for the fastest way out of that town.
And that's on top of the fact that in this small town, they're all holed up inside the general store, which RIP to Victor Wong, getting killed. He got killed. I was like,
from Three Ninjas.
I gotta say,
the fact I'm kind of mad that his name is just simply Chang in this
Walter
movie.
Chang, sir.
Walter Chang.
What did you think it was going to be?
The only Asian in Arizona, Sierra Nevada.
I mean, could he have?
Where were they?
Could he have?
I thought they were in Montana.
No, they're in Nevada.
No, they're in Nevada. Like,
Nevada.
how could they? Like, how could he have a more obviously Hollywood Asian name?
But you know what? Here's the stupid part. Yeah, you're right. Anyway, like I couldn't get around that one, man. Like, yeah, you're right. That's a.
But I mean, this movie it goes
disgustingly Hollywood Asian name.
I'm like, D, how many how many Asians do you know in your life? Mm-hmm. Now, what were their last names? Mm-hmm. But you live in the city, though, D. That's like saying Smith, is what I'm trying to say. Chang, Wong, or my favorite one, Hong. I don't know why they just go for Hong. That's just weird with me. Anyway,
keep it simple.
Lee.
I was gonna say, keep it simple. Call him Lee.
Or Shin.
Jesus.
Okay.
Lee. My name is Xavier. Lee. My name is Xavier.
Oh.
R.I.P. to I'll say this. R.I.P. to Chang because he couldn't quite get on top of the shelves and he just got ate. And I just like how movies of that era, they get the person clearly is eating 8 and everybody tries to pull him. Like, you're just making it worse. He's going to either lose his legs or you're just going to get half of his body. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure he doesn't want to live life as a half a body. Just saying,
you know, put him out of his misery.
Put him out of his misery, man.
Now, one thing I will say is this. This is for D. The first time, the second I saw Fred Ward stand up in this movie, I paused and I said this. God damn, Fred. You are a man. This is when Fred Ward was hot.
That's Remo Williams, sir.
This was in that weird frame right before he went into Silver Fox mode, where women loved him even more. Like
John Berthal is slowly morphing into Fred Ward.
You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
yes, he is. Anyway, but Fred Ward at this time, you're like, damn, my man got.
He's a rugged man. He's a Marlboro man, D.
I was like this. I'm like, they ain't titties. They're actually square. Nigga. Like, go ahead, Fred.
I would say,
and it's just one of those things where you see some men in Hollywood, even men do this, where we see some men in Hollywood. I forgot, man. You used to get all the bitches, nigga.
I would say John Bernthal and Frank Grillo from Captain America, Winter Soldier, and Civil War, and
Grillo,
Grillo. I say Grillo. They're both at that age. Was like, clearly these women still giving you niggas draws. So,
but no, correction, Fox. Fox. Black women love them some John Bernthal. I don't know where the fuck that came from. I did not expect that to happen.
Black women, really? No. Let's just specify this. Black geek women are weird. That's all I have to say. I mean that with y'all. I'm saying to y'all this. I'm not
Grillo,
judging.
not so much. But
I'm
Bernthal,
not judging. I'm
Bernthal,
not judging. This is what I'm saying. I'm not judging black geek girls' taste in black and white men. I'm not, because I don't care. But some of the choices that y'all let into the door, I just go.
So you want a guy that just punches people in the face.
So you just want that nigga you just want him to call
Fox.
Hey,
Fox.
All I have to say
is my pancakes, Jemima.
Hey, Fox, listen, man. The reason why they go for Bernthal a lot of the times is this. Your choices is either Rick or Shane.
Yeah.
You take the guy the guy that looks like he'll punch a motherfucker for even looking at you sideways. So
I mean,
this is what it is.
I'm with you. I mean, Shane off rip. He doesn't even think about it. He'll punch you in the face without.
Like, why are you looking at my wife? Bam! I'm like, sorry, man. Jesus, I'm sorry.
Yo, Shane, calm down, bro.
Harris with the speed of, hey, my wife's a sea mammal with that speed, nigga.
Yes.
D and DJ Suit did Rocco's Modern Life. It's an ongoing series where D and DJ Suit dragged their feet to only do one episode of Rocco a year.
I'll just say this to go with it. My girl, she's already said adult Aaron Yeager. That I'm like, and she's also said Drake, and I'm like, okay, that's you. Go ahead.
That's
the thing. Here's the funny thing about
enjoy your fantasy over there.
Black girls and Drake are weird because most of them like no, ew, no.
He's corny.
And then you have a line of them. I let him get me pregnant. I mean,
of course. But you're right.
I'm only saying that because the baby would look really cute.
Here's the crazy part. So you got Fred Ward, Silver Fox, he's still pulling bitches, and then you got Footloose himself, Kevin Bacon. Kevin Bacon, which I think like you're coming off the 80s, so Kevin Bacon, we're getting 90s Kevin Bacon now.
Yeah,
this is weird 90s Kevin Bacon where some of his sex appeal was leaking off him, just like John Bon Jovi at the time, which is weird. The connection I have with those two.
I felt Kevin Bacon came off the set of Footloose, even though I know Footloose came out earlier than that. It's like, hey, we're just gonna have you have the same hairstyle from Footloose and just pop up there in Nevada. Like, all right,
I gotta say, for a white boy that got a nose that go up like this, he has done very well for himself. I like Kevin Bacon.
Hey, he got an old girl. What's her face? Kira Sedgwick.
Yes.
Yeah, that's okay.
Hey, D, did you know that this movie is Kevin Bacon's Congo?
It is.
This movie was his Congo.
Something, Eris. That's saying.
And I love Congo too.
That's actually saying something when you look at the list of crap that Kevin Bacon's done. How is this the Congo?
This is Congo.
How?
Like,
let me see what he's.
I can agree with it because I can agree with it. Go ahead.
No, I'm saying seriously because when Ernie Hudson was asked like what was the most fun time he had doing a movie, he said Congo, and I'm like, okay,
that makes sense.
I believe that when an actor,
that's what you mean. I understand.
Like when an actor mentions a movie that they had like the most fun time doing, you think it's going to be their biggest movie that they've ever done. When it turns out to not be the case,
it's never like that.
Case in point, Schwarzenegger. The most fun time he ever had on the movie, Kindergarten Cop. To this day, he still says that's his favorite movie that he worked on.
Alan Cummings from GoldenEye and every other movie said Spy Kids is one of the
of course it is
most fun with.
It's like Rob Rodriguez was like, hey, we're having fun here, clearly. So it's and I mean Kevin Bacon is coming off of she's having a baby too. So
what's up?
This is the it's almost on that same level how when you hear basketball players say, all right, man, who was the first person to cook you? Allen Iverson to this day killed me. Man, that was Kevin Johnson. On the Suns, he dropped 30 on me, bro. I cried. Like, what? Kevin killed me. I'm thinking of all people. You think Jordan, maybe.
I was gonna say, was this before or after he crossed up Jordan?
Eris, this is before he crossed up Jordan. This is rookie. It was rookie year. Same day rookie year.
Okay. I just want to know if it was before or after because now he had a reason to do it. He needed his comeback.
That's probably what happened. He went out there and thinking it's Kevin Johnson. He 36. He about to go out the league. He ain't got it. He said, "Man, Kevin destroyed me." I cried.
Well, you know what, Eris? You mentioned before we hit record about Different Strokes. The character, the kid that plays Melvin, he was in Different Strokes. Regular character, Ricky.
Oh, no.
Yes, he was. Yep. And you know what? I appreciate the character of Melvin because he plays the annoying asshole that doesn't take the shit seriously. Because at one point, after one of the Grab Boys got killed. The Grab Boys themselves, I like those creatures. I think, did Stan Winston kind of touch with these creatures or was it somebody else?
Let me check. I think
that's a good question, actually.
I want to say there's somebody else because there was a lot of practical effects in this movie.
Oh, yeah. The Grab Boys themselves, they're practical effects straight up through and through. I don't think there's no CGI with them.
Oh, you can tell they were practical effects because when one of them looks like a long ass tube sock reaching through the freaking window.
But these Grab Boys, they're big ass worms about the size of an actual car.
They look like elephant tusk.
And hence why you need elephant bullets to take them down. Jesus, because that's the funny part about this scene where the husband, Michael Gross and Reba are like shooting at him and stuff. They put all the bullets and they even emphasize it like, dog, we used all the ammo to fucking kill this goddamn thing. It's ridiculous.
How do you think rednecks back in the 90s that was watching this thing when they heard Reba's like, baby, magazine, and she grabbed it and popped that joke in there. I'm thinking to myself, there was a whole lot of
the funniest
little Eric and Chris. There was a whole lot of stubby 3-inch penises that grew up that day.
Guys, the funniest shit ever about that scene is when she pumps out that pump action shotgun to get the tongue off her husband's leg. I laughed.
I was like, go ahead, Reba. Go ahead, Reba.
I'm like, yo. And the best part of the scene, meanwhile, the people up in town can hear the gunshot echoes like, the fuck is going on up there? You just hear.
Remember New Year's Eve when we heard all of Suitland show their ass off that one year?
Yeah, I remember.
That was fun.
Try being out here in Southern Maryland. It's the same thing.
Hey Chris, you know, like you all day like this. All of that is not fireworks.
None at all.
Somebody got shot.
Somebody, yeah, thank you. So, remember that dude that went on this? When they came out there with the bad shotgun, blah blah. We're like, yeah.
I'm hearing all that shit. No, see, a part of me was like, this.
Bullets fall down, guys. I hope you know
that's what Eris was saying.
That's what I was saying.
It's so funny. We're on the balcony, right? Eris tucked away inside. Y'all know they gonna fall, right?
No, see, not only were the bullets gonna fall. Here's me. You know, that's just a waste of ammunition, right?
I remember Bird said that. Bird like, these niggas stupid as fuck. I'm like, I know, right?
Like they just wasting ammo.
Boy.
I just find it funny.
Ooh, I got something. I'm sorry, Chris. Thinking back to that moment, you know what would have been great? They fired off all that fucking ammunition, and then 2 hours later, zombie apocalypse.
You're fucked.
Eric, don't do that.
Oh, I am doing that. I am doing it. I am putting all of that evil. Look at me. I'm Goku. I'm Goku asking for the spirit bomb of evil, and I'm throwing it at them.
Eris, because you just gave me a good idea for a video game.
Yeah.
Think about it. Yes, you can find ammunition. It's sparse. So
go out and start gun button zombies. Blah.
Just imagine you over there doing the stupid thing. You find out good. Never mind.
I'll be the one
anyway,
there'll be so many zombies catching a button.
I'll be the one walking around as zombie guns pulling the Peter Griffin. See, you guys are stupid. They're gonna be looking for guys that aren't covered in zombie guts.
Speaking of guts, I need to ask.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Joke's on you, buddy.
Speaking of getting in them guts, here's my question, because my girl and I were, because I actually, to prepare for this show, I watched this movie again with my girlfriend. She'd never seen the movie. She knows about Kevin Bacon. She actually cracked the funny. She's like, maybe the reason why these things are all over the place is because they just want a little bit of some bacon. And I'm like, ha 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 ha. But no, we were wondering, when they get splattered and their juices just fly all over the place and shit, what is it made of? Is it like carrot juice? Is it like pumpkin?
I'm gonna say
guts?
corn. I would probably say corn syrup.
Corn syrup,
because they do use it's probably corn syrup and other stuff. I mean, because I've seen them when they do the consistency for blood and stuff. It was like when the guts and stuff is like have an orangey consistency, but it's probably like corn syrup or something like that.
Corn syrup with red dye.
Probably like some light red dye or something.
My fucking head just went to corn syrup, just like they use in pig blood and carry. Fucking Skate Aldrich.
I'm just saying, you know what? The thing of it is, like, I think what I appreciate about the creatures is like they were able to still, like I think other than like 2 times we see them underground when they're digging. Yeah. I just like that the way that they show them underground is like, I don't know how they did it. I probably need to watch behind the scenes, but just like when they pop up, how it's so realistic, even though you could tell it's practical, there's still kind of a level of like, yo, them shits look kind of real.
Yeah.
And stuff, just when the jaws pop up on the ground and stuff, it's like, oh shit, like, okay. It's like the movie does have that element of scare to it and stuff, but like I said, it's a very tongue-in-cheek kind of scare and stuff.
It's definitely tongue-in-cheek. There's a whole lot of hey, we were inspired by Dune moments in this movie.
I mean,
yeah.
Because mean, because like I said, the initial investigation and the dynamic the dynamic between Fred Ward and Kevin Bacon is great because they're just playing up their dick swinging contest with them and the chick that the geologist and stuff. So you find out the graboids and stuff. Essentially, they're like ancient creatures that we thought they were, I guess, were dead, and stuff, and clearly they weren't. They were just hibernating and stuff.
Like the locust in Gears of War.
Kind of like that, and then as this Tremors series progressed and stuff, it just got ridiculous with the graboids. But hey, that's what happens when you franchise it. But in this instance, in this movie, it was just like, okay, I can buy that because I mean, let's be real. One of the things that's always interesting to me when you watch National Geographic is that we don't know what's in certain areas of this world that we have not ventured to. You think about like people talk about space. What about underwater? Deep in the water. We don't know what the fuck is down there.
So I remember because my girl, I'm swinging that in there. She was telling me that there was this video. Apparently, there have been reports. You know how Attack on Titan, they talk about how like over thousands of years you got these big fucker humanoid giants and shit. Apparently, them bitches is real. Because I've been finding evidence of these motherfuckers all around the world recently, and I'm over here like, so cue Attack on Titan, Sasageo.
I mean,
get fucked up, Sasageo.
I mean, it would not surprise me at all. I mean, there's so much stuff. So the idea of graboids, if you told me in real life they exist, I'm like, I can kind of buy it. Scary, but I can maybe buy it. Maybe, before the military gets their hands on it and try to, militarize it, because that's what we do in this country. Try to militarize everything.
I would say this.
Or clone it.
We talked. So DJ, so you mentioned how this that Quiet Place drew inspiration from this movie.
Yeah.
I'll also say another franchise drew inspiration from this movie. It's called Earth Defense Force.
Earth Defense Force. And,
I love that franchise.
It's awesome, yeah.
Earth Defense Force, and also, there was a game that came out a whole ass 9 years later that used the the creatures from Tremors as a boss, and that was Resident Evil 3 Nemesis.
Oh yeah, the
giant
earthworms.
Mm-hmm.
Earthworms, yep. Earthworm Jim's hood ass cousins.
That umbrella forgot that they made. It's like, oh yeah, shit, I forgot we did that, didn't we?
We forgot we made a giant alligator. We forgot we made a giant fucking shark.
Giant snakes, giant moths.
No. See, I'm not going to count the alligator or the worm because remember, the virus did spread thanks to the rats being the carriers of the virus.
Of course, it's the rats, but all right, no. But you know what? I am going to count them giant ass spiders. I hate spiders.
Oh yeah, the giant spiders being the side of a Spencer mansion. No, fuck that. You got giant spiders, giant snake, giant shark,
giant moths.
Yeah, giant moth, and not just any giant spider. There were two types. There was black tiger, and then you had the regular ones.
And then whatever the fuck Simmons was supposed to be in Resident Evil 6.
He was a T-Rex.
Man, look.
He was a T-Rex, and we're just gonna move on and talk about this movie.
We'll talk about for a second. One of the things that always gets me about Resident Evil, and not just Simmons, you got a small ass body. How is it like Krauser had his? Yes, he was on steroids. Clearly, all of a sudden, bam, arm the size of a fucking Buick, and I'm like, fine.
Oh, you talking about Krauser with the
with big ass
shield?
His
arm literally turned into a shield.
Wesker goes from 6 foot, and all of a sudden he's like 9 foot. I'm like, all right, and then Simmons turns into a. I'm like, but Simmons, your butt. You know what? Fuck it, Resident Evil. You just making up rules as we go. All right, cool, fine, fuck it, whatever. You don't care. I don't care. Fine.
I don't understand how you just now saying that.
No,
you should have said that. I said that at 4.
But then again, see, that's the thing. It ties into Tremors because if you watch the Tremor franchise after that, it got weird. It went from, I know I'm jumping ahead, it goes from the graboids in the first movie where it's like, all right, they're worms. Second movie, so they can birth kids that can actually, little worms that can walk. And I'm like,
Yeah, the second one.
I'm sorry. What?
No, I told you the second.
I'm sorry.
One, I told you guys. I told you guys the first one you could take it serious. It's fun, but a little serious. The second one, they made the monsters cute.
Oh, the third one, they can fly, and I'm like, okay, wow.
Okay,
so they're not Tremors no more. They're flying. They're flying.
Oh, they just made them triple threat because it was like they still had. This is why it turned into the Michael Gross franchise, because it's just him rolling into whatever issue with the Graboids with a truck full of guns and Jamie Kennedy as his sidekick. Yes, Jamie Kennedy was a sidekick for a good chunk of those movies, and just killing Graboids in the ground and on the land and in the air. And I'm like, only thing that's missing is Graboids in the water, and you haven't done that yet.
Hey, Chris, listen. I know how all of us were all like confused when you threw out their freaking power-ups through each movie.
I mean, the flying
listen, this is gonna be extremely corny what I'm about to say, and I need a rim shot for this. They had to crawl before they could walk.
Whoa!
Stay woke, guys. Stay woke, guys. Stay woke.
They gonna find you.
But it goes. But you know what's? But D is right though. There's not a single black person that pops up in this series until the last one that came out last year.
What's his name? Like Travante?
No. It was a black chick. Black chick.
Oh.
Okay. Question, sir.
Latoya,
question, sir. Hold on, Chris. Question. Was said black chick safe like the black cop in Lake Placid?
No, she actually was like proactive. Like she was like basically I dubbed her Black Angelina Jolie from Tomb Raider. Like she was proactive, badass, and all that stuff. And
sounds like she died.
No, she's alive. No, she stays alive.
She stays alive.
Did she get the fucking Kevin Nash big boot like the black chick from Hollow Man?
Nah. She stays alive. I thought she was gonna die.
She died like Michael Jai White died in that movie where Michael Jai White killed her. That was weird.
That's an awkward ride home.
I was like, oh yeah, they're banging each other. Oh, that's his wife. Oh.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine you feel that scene with your wife and that drive home? Like, so you just gonna kill me, huh?
Mm-hmm. No, you gotta think about
kill me, nigga?
You gotta think about it, Chris. She's a stunt woman. She is a stunt woman, right? So you know she's an alpha. So you know how that drive was.
Two alphas, but
you know how that drive was. Look, you drive home. So baby, I was like, no. Before we even talk, let's go back to that scene because when you punched me, I thought I married Michael Jai White and not some little pussy that don't know how to throw punches in a movie. You still throwing your punches. We have talked about this. You know Michael Jai White. He's all tight. We have talked about this.
D. Hold on. D. You got to remember that when he does that, he flexes.
Yes. So like you see that one titty like tighten up.
Yeah.
He might as well have been fucking Armstrong from Full Metal. We have talked about this. I'm not gonna hope.
As your husband, Michael Jai White, I have.
They give alpha hugs when they make it.
And they both got they both got the sparkles.
You gotta think about, man. So after they have sex, they chest bump. Like what do they do?
Oh man!
That was an awkward ride home, nigga. You don't know how to do it. So let me get this right. So what degree black belt are you? Like, so you want to bring out stats? You want to bring out stats? So what is you? What is you? Wow! So you that toxic? You the one that brought up stats?
Get home all of a sudden.
You forgot. No, D. At this point, you forgot. Oh, so we don't talk about stats, huh, nigga?
Only thing missing from this is like we need. This is something that I'm kind of glad that Tremors didn't do. We just get a scene where like Michael Gross punches a Tremor in the face. Hasn't happened in any of the Tremor movies. I'm shocked. I am genuinely shocked that hasn't
happened.
How's that a
fact? How is that not a fact yet? Because that sounds like
that would have been power. No,
that would have been a.
No, real talk. How did you let Power Rangers beat you to the punch with Tommy Roundhouse kicking the damn T-Rex?
No, how do you let Will Smith beat you to that? Welcome to Earth. How do you let him do that? I still question that punch. Like, how did that even hurt the alien?
Meanwhile, fucking the Secret Service had to pump like 20 bullets inside the motherfucker, and it still didn't die. And I'm like,
didn't have the right hand from a nigga from Philly. Eris.
Hey, you know what?
Eris, finish for me. That's what
I call close encounter.
You know what, D? You know what? Hey, guys. This is why they will never let any of us do a remake of Tremors, because I would have Michael John White punch a Tremor in the face, and that would literally sell like gangbusters.
And because I'm a purist asshole, there will be no CG in this movie. It'll be practical effects.
Yes, let's go.
Say this. We
need
a Tremors remake.
So we need money. So we need money for it.
Oh yes, we do.
So you know what I need to do? All right, Mr. McMahon, give me Booker T.
God damn
you and give it like, and I can put WWE films on it. Yes, you can. You're so black and you're so random black man in my office right now. No. Here comes the trailer. Booker T. Scissor King.
Actually, no. Actually, the Kavit would have to be. It's like, all right, you give me Booker T, give me New Day.
No, we can't get New Day. They're too high. Too high. They're too high. They're
give him MVP.
God, would he say yes to it?
Hurt business. The Hurt business.
Because think about it. You know Booker's with the shits for that. He'll be with the shits for that. Now, I don't think Bobby would say yes. A part of me would think Shelton and Cedric will say yes to that.
Hell
yes, they would.
Let's go.
MVP will be MVP will be part of it.
If Booker T's in there, I gotta have him do like when he's getting cornered by a bunch of fucking Spinner-Rooney, like fucking riding from Metal Gear Solid 4.
Spinner-Rooney he does all that. He does all that. And still gets
while pulling the freaking creatures.
No, these fucking creatures try to use their tongues and fucking just ride.
I got, you know what?
This would be the most expensive, dumbass movie that we would ever put together.
Hold on, and we got to make sure. Like Vince is like, this sounds good, but I feel like you're only showing the black wrestlers. You're damn right.
Mandy Rose.
But that being said, if you're going to give me anybody, give me Dolph Ziggler. Dolph is going to make this movie funny as fuck.
No. Okay, listen.
Give me Dolph.
You asked for Dolph Ziggler. I'm going to go ahead and be that guy. Can I please have Sheamus? I love how the both of y'all said
because here's the funny thing. That's not Sheamus. A bad pick.
We need Sheamus and Booker T are literally the Kevin Bacon and Fred Ward.
Yeah.
So it's like you ask two questions. So wait a minute, what are you trying to say? They're gonna ask how a black fella and a guy from Ireland are shooting.
No, you see,
in the middle of Montana, I'm shooting.
See, you're welcome. I made this movie 10 times better.
I would either go with Sheamus or Cesaro.
No. Sheamus. Gotta go for Sheamus. Gotta get Sheamus. We're going for stars here. We're not going for booking here. We're going for stars.
The only reason why I'm going with Sheamus is because I can't get Dean Ambrose.
Yeah. Actually, Harris. You picked a better actor before. Why did you want the worst? Why were you asking for the worst?
You were terrible.
Oh no. Dean's not terrible because I seen that third 12 rounds with fucking Dean Ambrose.
It was rough.
Dean Ambrose went into that movie not giving a fuck like Dean Ambrose normally does.
I hope Dean
Ambrose is not,
and he got paid.
Yeah. Look, I hope Dean Ambrose don't have sex that way, man. Good God. It's like if it ain't wrestling, Dean don't show up for it. It is so weird.
Sir, Dean is modern day Al Bundy to me, and I love it.
Yeah, because I can see Renee. John, let's have sex. Yeah, I guess.
No, but before we go,
deathmatch.
But Melvin, just cutting himself. I'm like, D, why are you cutting yourself, sir?
It's like
how I come.
He just takes a off more, bats himself over the head.
Nah, but Melvin was such an asshole.
Kenny Omega kicks the door in. Well.
And it's like, wait, why are you wearing barbed wire as a condom? Don't judge me.
The character of Melvin is such an asshole because we just saw somebody get killed. This motherfucker bust out there with the fucking snake from the fucking thing. He's like, and everybody's like, what the fuck, Melvin? And it's like, dude, your boy got killed in there, and you're just gonna.
Now let me tell you something.
You're an asshole.
90s saved him.
Yeah,
I think two things saved him actually. The 90s saved him, and number two, I think a test audience saved him because when you do some shit like that in any other horror movie, you're dead.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh, you're the asshole that's going to die in that fashion or in a worse fashion, and somehow
I like how the movie also had to have us make a choice between which two old men of ethnicity is going to die: the Hispanic or Victor Wong.
I love Victor Wong, but no, Victor had to be he was cannon fodder. I love him.
He had a job. He needed a job for the graboids.
It's okay.
Yeah. We needed to stand on his shoulders.
Miguel survived.
Trust me, he's fine to be cannon fodder because he would go on to greatness. That is Three Ninjas.
This is true. I just like how Miguel, yes, the Hispanic man is named Miguel.
Oh man, I thought his name was going to be Jose Juan Jorge. I really thought it was going to be worse. I feel
Miguel is more dignified, but it's still kind of in that same boat where it's like Miguel.
No, it's fine. So it's like having a name like David or something like that. You know, it's
much. Hey, listen, it is much better than being Hector Juan Hernandez.
Hector. Hey D, what will you think his name be in real life? It'll be something normal, but it'll be different. Ernesto. Yeah, it'll be Ernesto. Yep. It'll be like something Ernesto or something like that. Or Edwin. Edwin? Yes, Edwin Hernandez. That's my name. My father was Edwin Hernandez. Feel like my father was Edwin Hernandez. Where he from? Venezuela too? Shit. I know y'all had English names down there. Shit. Anyway.
Oh man, but and it's also too because the guys that wrote this, they wrote Short Circuit.
Which one?
The first Short Circuit.
As if you couldn't tell.
I didn't know it could have been the second one.
No.
There's a lot. Johnny
Five
saying, is alive crap in this one too. So
No, I'm just saying, as if you couldn't tell that the guys that wrote Short Circuit wrote this.
I mean, the sensibilities of a Short Circuit kind of pops up into this.
Okay, guys, there's a creature.
They did both short. I can't believe you did Short Circuit.
There's a thing.
That's what's funny.
One of those writers.
Former Navy guys that were like geologists. The backstory was that they were doing a job
sitting on a rock.
Sitting on a desert rock. And it was like, well, what if there was something that wouldn't let us off this rock? And they basically brainstormed the idea of land sharks. That was the initial name.
Okay.
Just like that. This movie comes.
Okay, I hear that. I understand that. Hey D, what do you heard? I heard that two dudes did shrooms and went outside and sat on a rock and tripped out. And luckily, both of them remembered the psychedelic dream they had. Dude, it was like sharks, and he was like, we couldn't get off. And every time we tried to do, they heard our footsteps. You gotta fucking write that. All right, now let's do the cocaine so we can write that script.
This is almost like the movie that came out. I don't know if it was last year or the year before, where it was about like the floor is lava and shit.
Yeah,
that shit. That's what it sounds like with this. No, it was an actual movie of these teenagers. One of them was the chick.
Wait a minute, I thought it was a game show. They made it a movie? Awesome. What? I bet that don't sound. I bet it was terrible.
If they touched the sand, they literally got sucked in like it was a fucking quicksand and they died and shit. It was fucked up.
It can't be a story of that movie Killer Sofa, but okay.
That sounds like a game show that Japan would do.
That sounds terrible.
Who poop last?
Yep.
Who poop last?
So
the game show that Japan got is the one where they got to get up that tower and they put all that slippery soap on that joint or that KY jelly and they tell them to crawl up the thing to get to the top. That's the best one.
Because D, your country rewards intelligence. We punish ignorance.
It's like that fucking episode. It's like the episode of Regular Show when they made fun of that shit. You're right, because the Regular Show characters did the same exact thing. Where it's like we don't reward intelligence. What are you talking about?
The Japanese have a weird thing. They don't like stupid.
No,
they'll do a lot of stupid.
They'll do it.
They'll do it, They'll respect it.
Yeah,
So everybody that's on there, they're laughing, they're having a good time. The second that door closed, dishonor to our family.
Hey, I've watched Takeshi's
and
Castle.
You didn't win. And you didn't win.
I watched Takeshi's Castle. The people are having fun, but clearly they gotta find ways to make that shit fun.
Oh my god, you can tell that they don't make it to the end.
Dishonor.
Seppuku.
Seppuku
maybe.
I mean, you seen the fucking Ninja Warrior and stuff when they do them backstories and the people. I was a salary man. I didn't quite get to the second round. I was very dishonored. I'm like, dude, it's a game. It ain't that serious, man.
But you know, the truth of the matter is, we can listen to all of their backstories, and it doesn't mean shit. Because, in my opinion, and I really
you lived over there, so you.
No, and I really mean because I really mean this. Like, in my truest opinion, it's not even about who had the sappiest backstory. It's honestly who was the most hungry.
Yeah.
Like that one fisherman. What was that nigga's name? Makoto Nagano?
Nagano.
He was pretty much the triple crown winner of fucking Ninja Warrior and shit.
And to me, I'm like, I don't even care what his backstory is. The fact that a freaking fisherman did this.
I know, right?
I'm like, my man cleared an obstacle course in 30 seconds.
Meanwhile,
hold on. Meanwhile, you got a goddamn track star over here been training for this shit their whole life, and they fail in the first half.
Or it starts turning into HGTV. Yeah, I'm a lizard collector. I make $1 million a year, and I'm in Ninja Warrior. And I'm like, why are you in Ninja Warrior again, sir?
I collect exotic tigers and have a gay lover. And I'm going to be on Ninja Warrior.
Apparently, does
P90X. You know what? Hold on. You know what? I like the cut of that man's jib. Let's see what he does.
All these motherfuckers doing P90X in their spare time, and I'm like,
I love it because it be the main motherfuckers do P90X. They trip up and fall down,
bruh.
Which
in seconds.
And that'd be something I would love to see if they could ever rig that shit together in Ninja Warrior. Have a freaking Tremor creature come after them.
Hey, all it takes on Ninja Warrior is one dad bod to win it all, and all of a sudden, all the other dad bods are like, "Yes, vindication."
You know how the dad bod wins when the creature comes up, he punches it.
I know, right?
You know what? Errors. I know it's not the same thing. But those mummies and Legend of the Hidden Temple had the same effect as it would if it was Tremors. I don't give a fuck, man. Look at the motherfuckers came out the floor. They would come out the floor.
I'm surprised nobody has got.
I'm surprised. Scary, man. No, I got a rebuttal for that. First of all, those temple guardians, the temple guards that show up. And the reason why I'm using air quotes is because at some point in time, I don't know if it was an early camera that missed his cue or if the guard itself had missed his cue. He popped up early, and I'm like, hold up.
I remember that.
I was like, how does anyone not see this?
There was a couple people that saw him, and they tried to make it seem as though they got caught. And it was like, no, motherfucker, I saw you before you saw me, so I'm not caught.
I was
what
like,
are you doing?
And I'm looking at the kids like, son, if you do not juke your ass out of that situation.
Man, I'm gonna tell you something. Tim got fired that night.
Like, but hold on, D. I'm sitting here. Wait, D. I'm also I'm over here trying to defend a bunch of kids that can't seem to put together a freaking 3-piece monkey statue.
Okay.
I can't make that up.
Look.
3 pieces. How do you fuck this up?
All the other puzzles on there, I understand. You're panicked. You're trying to figure it out. But that one, these dumbass kids putting their head on the bottom.
It's quite simple. It's quite simple.
Head, middle, bottom.
Hold on. DJ, I got you. Hold on. Let me put it like this. Hey, come here. I heard your kid's gonna be on the show. My name is Carmine. Okay, let me tell you something. Your kid's going to lose. We'll pay you. If he wins, we wait. I can't tell you what's gonna happen. We're just gonna send in the wolf. And you go get the gabagool while you're at it.
No. Like this. So I heard you with the blue barracudas. Yeah. You want to swim with him?
Hold on, time out for a second. You know what was also funny?
No. I was just telling, I was just telling the kid I wanted to go fishing with him.
So
I ain't said nothing like that.
So back to the movie.
Wait, real quick. So silver snakes. My son's got a silver snake. Let's continue with this movie.
So I like how.
Hold on. What was the monkeys? What was the monkey team? What was the monkey team?
Like red monkeys.
Yeah, the red monkeys.
The red monkey.
No, it wasn't the red monkeys. There was a blue barracuda. No, there was blue barracudas, silver snakes, and
fuck. I just need one.
No, purple monkey. Purple monkeys.
Purple monkeys. Yeah. Or you kids were like purple monkeys. How about I kill you? I didn't have one for that. I'm sorry.
No, speaking of which, I like how, again, for a monster movie, the two literally, when they saw the shepherd's head, it was like, oh shit, we got a serial killer in the town. I'm like, it's only like 10 of you. Where's the serial killer going to be at? Like,
but think about it. You got to think about it though. No, the second you and your boys like, you know what, man? Fuck this town. We're going to do it, right? Wait a minute, guys. I need you to do this one thing. I'll give you a whole lot of money for it.
And
we said no.
It wasn't even. It wasn't even money. She really thought she was going to win him over with free beer. But to go back to Chris's point, hey Chris,
think about it.
Hold on. Like to go back to your point, if it was an actual serial killer, I would really love to just have a sit down with the serial killer and just ask them. So when you bury them in the sand and you only leave their head, and you only leave their head exposed, putting the hat on top, are you just trying to be clever? Or do you really think that people are not going to just pull the hat up and look what's under it?
Well, luckily for us, we found a killer who was doing this. His name was Darius Johnson. He was all the way down in Las Vegas, apparently minding his business, and we just picked him up. No. He said he had no idea how he buried the car underneath there with a missing body, but we know he knows.
So you're telling me that local thug Darius.
Bruh, if this movie was made
local thug Darius D-Train
Johnson. If this movie was made in 2020, they really would start off some shit like, I think I know who did it, Darius, and they cut to his house and he's just chilling.
They cut to his house. They cut to his house, and you gotta do a little bit of police brutality because white people think we care.
Fucking Fred Ward and Kevin Bacon is like, hey, he's our favorite black guy. What are you doing?
Favorite nigger. What are you doing?
It's like, whoa there, Fred. Chill.
Fred wouldn't say that.
It's like, ease up on the racism.
Come on, D. Fred wouldn't say that. What about Kevin?
What do you? What's
that? D. First of all, D. You got the line all wrong. He would stop and say, "Whoa! Don't you know that darkies don't like to be called niggers?" They find it offensive.
Geologist lady is looking at both of them like,
hold on, geologist lady, like, see, you understand what I'm saying? Actually, I don't. I went to BYU. I went to BYU. No. I went to BYU. I never met black people before. I don't know. There was a couple on the football team. I never met them and talked to them.
How would be so racist? They'd be like, we know you cut off old man Williker's head and you killed them sheeps. Why would he kill sheeps?
Why would you kill sheep? I don't know why. Probably he does sangria and all the rest of the things those Cuban Haitian people do. Ain't that right? Demarius Dawg. So first off, I was in Sacramento, mate. So
cut to a scene. All of a sudden, you just cut to a scene of like the ground rumbling. Like, the fuck was that? And all of a sudden, the Bill Grab Boy grabs the cop, and it's like, whoops! I guess it wasn't Tyrone.
I guess it wasn't. Well, I guess it wasn't the black man. No. I guess it wasn't him. The other cop. I don't know about that.
It's like, nigga, how do you not know? You just saw a monster grab your partner.
Yeah. This may be one of your Michael Jackson thriller type of entertainment that you do around here.
No, but Sue's right, though. The fact that she was like, hey, guys, I got a 6-pack of Coors over here. And if you help me do this, I'm like, I don't think that's going to work, man.
And think about it.
It's 1990.
No, and think about it also, you just said no to something. You just said no to a job, something that you wanted to say no to for a while. You and your boy about to change your life, and all of a sudden, everybody around you, and the way to get out the town is blocked. Everybody around you is dying, and the way to get out the town is blocked. It's like it's a living fucking hell. Now, personally, I know what you're saying. D, would you go off road? You fucking right, I would. You fucking right, I would.
That is a 19. That first of all, they're rolling around in a 1970 something Gladiator.
Yep.
Okay, look. First off, look. I ain't got no answer to that either.
No. Before you even said anything, like I said, they're riding around in a 70 something Gladiator. Date them and fine.
I don't know, man. That being true, that being said though, I don't know, man.
Now
there's a lot of rocks out there, so I don't know.
I mean, now going off road, and yeah, we got the creatures, and they do come out of sand, and you know what? They'll look at that truck and be like, "Nigga, it's Tuesday. We got this."
Nah. See, what they fucked up is that we could break concrete. Yeah, we can break concrete, not stone though. Like that shit, no, man. That's different.
It's kryptonite.
That's different. That's a mountain in it. Shit. God, yeah, man.
I just find it funny that old girl. Here's how much plot armor she has. She only loses her pants because we need to see her panties, and I'm like, all right, movie, I guess.
Most basic ass panties ever.
Sure. Hey. Let that be me. That monster would have my leg, and I'm done. I'm like, guys, it's been real. They got my leg.
I gotta tell you,
she got out of that. She got out of that with only just light.
Unbutton your pants and get it off. I'm like,
no, huh? She got out of that shit with light scratches from the barbed wire.
She got out of that with movie shenanigans.
Mm-hmm. Because let that be me. I ain't gonna lie. If that was me, I'd be panicking. R.I.P. me at that point. I'm like, I wouldn't even have thought to take off my pants. I don't
know. I think the worst thing in the world is like, you know how everybody's like, bitch, get up.
No, technically, you're taking your pants off while Kevin Bacon is taking your shoes off.
You can make it.
Yeah, true.
And then you just have him and Fred be like, them legs. Because 90s, legs are a thing.
Remember that time when white guys were obsessed with legs before they got obsessed with butts because left. No, anyway.
Sir Mix-a-Lot and all them kind of put
even white boys got to say, baby got back. Yeah,
white boys didn't admit that until about 2004. That's the weird thing about
you're being nice on that 2004. Yeah, I was gonna say 2008.
Yeah, no, 2007. 2007.
Actually, it's funny you say that because
wait. When did J-Lo started banging and Ben Affleck? What year was that?
That was 04.
04.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, 01. No, I got y'all mentioned like the perfect face. Hold up, I got one for you. Let me
hold up.
These are the same guys that wrote this movie. They wrote Ghost Dad.
Yeah, and also the director of this movie. But also, the director of this movie, Ron Underwood, has done a bunch of crap.
Chris, throw it in.
Oh, damn! I gotta go to damn Facebook. Shit.
No. Share the screen. I just shared it.
Oh,
that right there.
Let me tell you something.
Let me tell you something.
I don't know if it's the red state in the air, or the haircut, or the rugged chin with the salt and pepper going on, or the Marlboro. But I know one thing.
Or the shirt.
I know one thing. That says blue collar. That says America.
Notice, this was
a little
right.
Blue
hold
collar.
on. No, hold on. Notice, this was right after Homegirl had to take her pants off.
Yep. That looks like erection in Chevy truck. Like you like.
Like a rock.
That look on his face. That look on his face.
Smiles and Wranglers.
While Sam Elliott narrated.
No. God, Sam Elliott.
That was
First of all,
wide.
The day conceived you.
This is the look of a man that says, I'm rugged, but I have no problem smoking Virginia Slims.
I gotta tell you something. I haven't masturbated in the last 55 days because porn is kind of sparse out here out in the wilderness. But young lady, I think I might give a tug for you.
Just
all these Sarah J videos with her, these Big black.
God, it's 1990s. It's 1990s.
I'm sorry, my bad.
Sarah J was just having sex with black guys for no money at that time.
You mean high school Sarah J.
She would, yeah, that would have been high school.
That probably was high school Sarah. I think Sarah J's like 70 and she's not telling nobody.
But hold on.
She's only 5 years older than us.
I just want to point it out that when I saw that scene and I just saw him looking at her, I said, bro, he is like mentally telling her, I bet you smell like sunflowers.
Girl, I'm about to tell you something. There's something about young women. And he just gets really creepy after that.
No reason. It's like, man.
Like he starts talking about young women. It's like those are clearly high schoolers and middle schoolers.
I get older and they still look the same.
There's only one person.
Isn't that amazing? Isn't that amazing that Matthew McConaughey?
I was just about to say that
super left looks back at that line. Do you think about that? Nah, see, that's actually what made me a star. So you got to respect the steps that you made to know where you at today. See, it's kind of like a carnival, right? And in there were clowns.
I find it ironic that this movie
I'm gonna need you to understand one thing. Look at my six pack, and then look at my arms. All right. Now that being said, I can get away with just about anything. I get away with anything. Now, I'm actually very, very important person when it comes to bringing soccer to America. You see, that's the thing that they don't tell you about what I do. See, I bring a lot of money into it. It's just not just the additional revenue that comes in. See, it's real easy to talk like Matthew McConaughey. It's like doing Jeff Goldblum, but just go to random subjects that are very, very interesting, and you never really finish telling them.
So he's more of a smooth talking version of Gary Busey.
Pretty much.
No, but Gary Busey is different. Gary Busey is just madness, okay? That's madness.
I find it ironic that Jack Palance was actually going to play the part that Fred Ward is playing.
No, wait, God, no. Good. Thank you, Jesus.
Jack Palance is like Clint Eastwood light.
No, Jack Palance is what happens when
he's Clint Eastwood light, man. I'm sorry. Like,
I don't want to call Clint Eastwood light, but you know what? That's probably saying it best. Imagine Clint Eastwood if he was ugly. That's what happened. Jack Palance should have gotten everything what Clint Eastwood got, because technically I think he's a better actor than him. Technically, I've seen Jack Palance doing roles he had no business doing.
The same director that did this got him for City Slickers after he did Tremors, and he's actually funny in City Slickers.
Good example of some shit Jack Palance had no business showing up for. Kroll. He had no business to actually take that accent seriously. And he did. Now, would Clint Eastwood do it? No. You know why? Because he has a better agent. His agent would never tell him to do that movie. But not with Jack Palance.
Well, Liam Neeson was in Kroll, so
Jack Palance is just one of those dudes, man. Like I said, he was Clint Eastwood. he was the rugged man and stuff, which ironically I like how the City Slickers 2 was like, yeah, I'm his twin brother. I'm like, sure. Actually, I would say he was more not Clint Eastwood. Who's your boy? Cold Dead Hands, Charlton Heston. I will say that Palance was more.
Yeah, he's probably leans more Charlton Heston than anything else and stuff. He would be more the kicker too, on top of that, was that, and this is the crazy part. So before they went to Kevin Bacon, Universal landed on Kevin Bacon, they were considering Matthew Modine, Bill Paxton, or Bruce Campbell for the role. I can see Bruce Campbell.
I can see
Paxton. Yeah.
I can see Modine. I can see Modine. Be honest with you. Modine and Paxton will be the two people I see on this one.
Bruce, I can see just because Bruce, this is right up Bruce's alley and stuff. But Modine is kind of weird because I never really took Modine as somebody that can do something like this. It's kind of weird.
Hey, Chris, the other reason why I see Paxton doing it is because as we get later into the movie, as the movie progresses, Kevin Bacon's hair becomes Paxton-like.
Oh yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Very Paxton light due to the stress and tension of shit that's happening. Stuff coming out of the ground, creatures coming out of the ground, snatching up people, and suddenly his hair just drops.
I mean, it's yeah.
Funny because I was looking at more of Ron Underwood's work. Aside from Tremors, he actually, speaking of Bill Paxton, he did do Mighty Joe Young with Bill Paxton and Charlize Theron. Gotta say,
interesting,
entertaining, nice, good family Disney movie around the time when Disney and live action wasn't really going hand in hand. This is one that actually did go pretty good. And then a year later, fucking Inspector Gadget came out and said, "Fuck you."
Yeah,
well, he did Pluto Nash too, so you know.
Wait, hold the fuck up. Disney did Pluto Nash?
No. Ron Underwood did Pluto Nash.
No fucking way.
Yep, he did. Ironically enough, he's done episodes of Eris' show, Walking Dead and Fear the Walking Dead.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Which makes sense because it is kind of right up his alley in that kind of material too. So
he also did episodes of Boston Legal. He did a few episodes of Reaper, which is a really good show, and he did a few episodes of fucking Heroes, which I love Heroes, and Ugly Betty.
But the fact that they just kept bringing him back for Fear the Walking Dead is kind of says a lot because clearly he must have enjoyed doing that show. So
and Ugly Betty, the one show that they make America Ferrera, who is a very attractive woman, look ugly as fuck.
It's like that's impossible, but they did it. They did.
Good show still.
I just find it crazy too that you get near the end of the movie once they killed off two of them. That it's like, all right, we can get this Bobcat and we drag this thing and we can just drive up into the hills into the mountains and we'd be safe. And I'm like, but at that point,
that's gonna work.
But at that point, it's like, okay, sure, but they're gonna go somewhere else. The creatures are gonna pretty much try to go somewhere else. They can if they wanted to. Maybe, possibly, but it is kind of crazy that it's the last two. And at that point, Bacon and Fred Ward are just on fuck it. If we're going to die, we're going to die. And that's what made it kind of funny how it hit the concrete shit. And he was like, fuck you. Yeah. But I also like the fact that when they're standing still and the tongue's coming out and he's doing that whole fucking keeping his leg up in the air and shit to keep his tongue away. I was like, all right, that is kind of tense.
This is the main reason why anytime you're dealing with a monster, if you don't scream, yeah, fuck you too, to kill it, it will never die.
Mm-hmm. Or just learn
from RJ McCready of The Thing, okay?
I mean, it's like I said, I like the tenseness of it and stuff, but like I said, I thought it was kind of genius with like the concrete and they figured that out. And then, like I said, the Looney Tunes aspect of it falling off the cliff, I was like, that's actually pretty fucking hilarious in a way, because it's like, because it is going so fast that it doesn't know that it's a cliff. That would make sense. All right, sure, that makes sense.
Again, that cliff.
As soon as you saw the thing just fly out, I was like, so you didn't know that was the end of the road, huh? All right.
I mean, see, that's what I said too. Like, you would think being subterranean, it would know where it edges at.
Apparently not.
No, I guess not.
That's what I said. We haven't seen a graboid swim, so I'm pretty sure it will drown.
Wait until Tremors 8.
Yeah, you know what?
But who knew? But who knew anti-lock brakes was the thing it needed?
Emergency.
Nigga need to hit the e-brake, yeah.
I'm just laughing that it goes so fast that concrete just fucks it up. Like it gives it CTE, but it just dies and shit.
No. The concrete does fucking X-ray Mortal Kombat moves on it.
It's X-ray move. Personally, I thought it didn't hit it hard enough to kill it, but it barely did. Got me on that.
I mean, them beasts are pretty fragile, this shit. So it's clear.
All you needed was that dumbass kid who, when he said earlier in the movie, far out, dude. I'm like, look,
my favorite
seasons ago.
No, my favorite one. The other guy with the hat. All right.
No, my favorite part. We can't get through it. Like, here, son. Yes, you can. Fucking Bert gives him the gun. He's like, this shit's empty. Why would I give you a live gun? It got you moving.
It got you moving. No, that's a good one.
Man.
That's a good one. Not like that. Like And I saw what you're doing, Mike. You was trying to make that Atlanta Hawks jump. He was trying to make that iconic. It didn't work. It didn't work. It didn't work. I thought it would too, but it really didn't. He was trying to make that shit work. Hey, he was a Dominique fan, bro.
So looking at the movie's budget, this movie cost $10 million. It did make its money back in the U.S. With almost $17 million.
Here's the kicker, though. Here's the kicker, though.
Yeah, almost didn't make it.
Here's the kicker. You want to know how it made all that money? Because it did decent in the theater. People forget the home video market was huge. It made a fucking killing on the fucking rental and home video market. Big time.
A lot of the creature features. This one, Critters.
Especially Critters.
The who's a Goon? Not the, what's it called?
Ghoulies.
The Ghoulies.
Yeah,
and
Ghoulies.
God, it felt like it was another creature.
Even Gremlins 2 to a degree.
The clown movies,
Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
All of those really benefited of going straight to video, man. And a lot, and still to this day, you still see that crap, man. A lot. Some of these really, really good scripts benefit from that. I think it's got to be hard now, man, because if your shit, like if you make a horror movie and it goes on slasher, that's not a lot of people watching that shit. You were ready to go for, you know what I'm saying? There's so many different platforms.
I mean, look what came out. Look what it came up against on opening weekend.
And this is the fun stuff, and that's the fun part about the story. It dropped at 5th. And note what the movies you're going to talk about. Technically, this movie is remembered way more than any of them.
Born on the 4th of July, Tango and Cash, War of the Roses, Internal Affairs, Tremors, Always, Still Magnolias, Little Mermaid, Driving Miss Daisy.
Now, Little Mermaid.
6th week it was at that point.
Little Mermaid and what was the one before?
Still Magnolias was huge.
Still Magnolias was, but it did better than Still Magnolias. So, but still, only like 4 of those movies on there. People remember. People still talk
Always,
about.
People don't remember. That's the crazy part.
Nobody don't remember.
They
still talk about
July though.
Yeah, people still talk about that. People
Tango and Cash too.
Tango and Cash. Now here's what I'll say. More people talk about Tremors. Of all the on list outside of Little Mermaid, people talk about Tremors more than any of them.
Yep.
And even with Still Magnolias being what it was at the time, it was a hit. No, more people talk about Tremors. More people just did.
Yeah. I mean, I don't. It's funny. We talk.
I would argue. You can argue Born on the 4th of July, but
I mean, you talk about creature features. I'm a person that I will occasionally watch some creature features like, oh, man versus Bigfoot and shit. Like I'll watch it because it's funny to me just watching those goofy ass fucking movies because it's like, you know, stuff like Loch Ness Monsters and shit.
I'm gonna tell you. You want to know? You know why I know that? Let me tell you what this whole ass nigga did. This nigga left me, didn't inform me that he was going to see the Meg, and this dude just off book just let. Oh yeah, dude, I'm gonna tell you. I want to see the Meg. You lying ass. You ain't trying to see it. I'm trying to see it.
Hey, saw the Meg at that big ass fucking theater at the.
Was that an IMAX? That wasn't an IMAX.
It was the IMAX at the museum.
Bam ass nigga.
Same place that me and Eric saw Ford versus Ferrari. Best screen ever. Best fucking screen ever. Oh my
god, I fucking love
it. The Meg fits the bill of a Tremors in terms of creature features. So I said at the beginning, D, when you had cut off, when you had left, when you stepped away, like these kind of things, we don't know what's in the world right now. So if you told me Graboids existed, I'll probably believe you, possibly. Maybe because you don't know what's out here. Like we talk about space, nah, nigga, underwater.
Do you want to know?
Caves?
Do you want to know?
Hey Chris. I know we pretty much finished talking about the movie, but there is one thing I wanted to bring up at the end with the freaking creature going off the cliff. Kevin Bacon delivering the line, not the exact line, but I wish he could have said it in the same way. Can you fly, Bobby?
Man,
yeah, can you fly?
I just wanted him to look at him and go, "Can you fly, Bobby?"
I mean, I did. Hey, to be fair, I did like the creature splatting on the rock and stuff.
Oh, that was beautiful.
That was beautiful. I love it.
Now you know what I liked about it.
So satisfying.
You can tell that when they did that thing was only this big and only dropped 2.5 feet. That's the best part about it. You can tell that thing was like the super practical effects. Well, all they had to do was edit out shadows to make it and made it
and
look
just
bigger.
drop it, just to make it just drop down.
Yeah, and it just
splat.
dropped it.
So
And
it's not like we're using this again. Splat.
Yeah, that
Done.
thing's like I said, I bet that thing is no bigger than 5 feet, and it just dropped it and just filled it up with goo. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it just made it look like it was a large thing, man. That was the one thing I do like about practical effects. I would say only 2 times in this movie. And it only happened because of where we're doing because of perspective. When Kevin Bacon was running away, it looked like it was green. It looked like it was like green screen, right?
Mm-hmm.
And there was only one other time I saw it when your boy Gross was in front of it with a shotgun. He was like firing at it, right? But the problem I had with it is just the way he was framed. He was key framed in it. It looked so bad, but it was only for like a half a second.
It was like 2 seconds.
You see, it's like, ugh.
So the creatures were designed by Amalgamated Dynamics. They did the stuff for shockingly enough, we just talked about it a while back. Death Becomes Her.
Wow.
Starship Troopers, which makes sense because the creatures kind of look the same. Alien and Alien 3.
Wow. Movies we're about to go to. Alien movies.
Y'all doing Alien movies this franchise month?
Yep.
Yes, we are.
Demolition Man, Wolf, Mortal Kombat, Jumanji, Mars Attacks. That makes sense. Michael. Yeah, I remember that movie.
Michael had practical effects in it.
I mean, it's freaking John Travolta doing magic with Forrest Whitaker as his, black buddy.
Magical Negro.
Magical Negro. Well, the magical Negro that had no magic powers. Ironic enough.
Wow.
My Favorite Martian, The Astronaut's Wife, Bats makes perfect fucking sense because that movie is just ridiculous.
Also, sorry. Go ahead, Chris.
Hollow Man. Yep.
Wow.
6 Day Evolution makes perfect sense. Nutty Professor to the Clumps, Stealth, Elektra, the X-Men Origins, Wolverine, they're still working to this day. They did Godzilla vs. Kong.
Yeah, they did.
Wow,
they still work. Check this out. So a lot, the sounds that was the sounds that were made for the graboids.
Mm-hmm.
So they became very popular, and they used them in a bunch of movies. So let's see, as early as Predator 2. Starship Troopers, Ants, Mosquito, Eight-Legged Freaks, and Kong Skull Island.
Wow.
Not bad list. Not bad list at all.
And also get this. Again, I love the practical effects of this movie. The set. Guess how long it took them just to put the set together for that town?
How long?
2 months.
Right. I was about
to say a month.
I thought they just took like an abandoned, because if you've ever driven through like Nevada and Arizona, New Mexico, they're all like small abandoned towns like that.
Yeah.
And stuff. I thought they just took a little abandoned town and just
They took the time to they
built the whole ass set.
They built a whole ass town in 2 months.
Man, that's what they did. But that's what movies did. They either go to Mojave or they do go to Arizona and Nevada and do crap like that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, because like I said, I've heard of like them little ghost towns and stuff where it's like it got abandoned and it's just there.
Best ones are in the Carolinas. There's like 2 or 3 ghost towns in the Carolinas and the Rocky Mountains. It's like, wow, I don't want to know why. Everybody got the fuck out of this town.
Let's be real, D. Me and my dad driven through one. I was just waiting for the Deliverance ukulele to play, like down, 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 down.
Wow.
Followed by somebody coming out and going, well.
And then all of a sudden, Paul, there's some
boy.
Negro here.
Well. Last time we had, now you gotta do some weird acting. Last time we had some niggas around here. Y'all wasn't nothing down there.
Now I'll tell you one thing. We're gonna make sweet molasses out of you, boy.
Dad, get the truck.
I'm gonna tell you so.
Get the truck.
Nigga, get in the truck right now.
Oh, what's the thing? What you gonna go down to your Walmart and hide? Oh man, you coons is funny.
Or
you what?
Or you know what? You just come across that one, farmer who happens to be nice enough to give directions. It's like, trying to go to Rocky Mount. Well, first you need to go back about 20 miles in the other direction. Don't go too far. if you pass by the Cracker Barrel, you went too far. You gotta go back. Well, I remember this
previous
one time,
spot you was at.
I remember one time I was meeting up with my man Frank. We actually called him Ferg. Ferg wasn't his real name. His real name was Frank.
Ladies and gentlemen, Eris is doing a bit that was on Rocco's Running Life.
I don't. Did we cover that episode?
We didn't. I don't think we covered the road rash.
I want people to understand 20 country miles.
We did that before.
20 country miles is like eternity.
I just like the man. He sat there and told this nigga about a story. anyway.
It's like this shit. It's like this shit.
And the whole thing was about freaking beef jerky.
Like,
that was the end result.
Back to beef jerky.
I mean, but just circling back to stuff. It's just this whole movie. It's just amazing to me that I don't want them to remake it. I don't think they are going to remake it. It's just you have to
remake it. But here's the funny thing. I have this weird feeling if they remake it, we'll get out the movie. They did a good job with that.
Because I think you have to keep it to the
bad.
Number one, you can't overproduce it. You have to keep it at creature feature level. You have to
because
once you make it, and also you can't make the worm invincible. I don't want the worm can go through metal, and I'm like, okay,
the worm can go through metal. Chris, the worm can
metal bend.
No, the worm can metal bend. The worm, the worm is bulletproof.
They be doing too much with that shit.
Here's the thing. Don't make it serious.
The worm can go invincible. The worm can be invisible. It's got cloaking technology.
Oh my!
Now, it's like this. You remember what we talked about Godzilla, and Godzilla's first movie was really it was a disaster film. It was a disaster film. It was a PSA. It was really talking about humans, you fuck up. Here's the problem about it. Everybody has done it wrong since then in flying colors. You know what they would do for this one? They'll overdo the whole global warming thing with the Tremors. They'll overdo it. And we're like, okay, shut up.
Also,
up.
If you really want to fuck with people,
super serial guys.
We talk about people to give for this though. There's only one guy that will do something like this, and he'll say yes to it. The Rock.
Oh no! To make it a hit thing. No, I don't want The Rock. I don't think The Rock would do this.
Nothing against Dwayne, but I refuse to see this movie.
Or if they feel Randy, and I actually would like to see this person, Batista.
No.
Wait, hold on, Chris, would you go see this movie if it would you go see a new version of this movie if it was written by one Kevin Smith?
Kevin will probably keep it to the theme of the original movie, but he'll go over the top with the 90s shit and stuff.
Yeah, like put it this way, and this is the thing I've been seeing. At least Seth MacFarlane is.
There's gonna be some.
Seth MacFarlane is making fun of himself for this shit. So hopefully Kevin would be where it's like, all right, Kevin, one more 90s or 80s ish reference, and I'm going to slap you. No one talks like that no more. In fact, Family Guy just had an episode where Lois like, "Oh my God, Peter, no one cares about the 80s anymore." And Peter like, "What are you trying to say? Like, what are you trying to tell me? Like, what are you trying to say? All white guys in their 40s could tell you the same thing. The 80s were perfect."
Oh God.
So, no, imagine
Kevin Smith is having that problem right now.
You just said the magic word right there, sir. Kevin Hart, Tremors. Let's go.
And directed by Rennie Harlan.
Yep.
No, sir. You're close. You don't get Kevin Hart. You don't get Rennie Harlan. You get Will Packer. Will Packer produced, Will Packer directed Tremors, starring Kevin Hart and Regina Hall.
Ain't that crazy? They coming up on the ground. That crap.
And you get Ice-T to play the Fred Ward character. Like, I'm too old for this shit.
Man, we gotta get the fuck out of here, man. These things are coming up from the ground.
No, see, I would have taken Busta Rhymes, but Ice-T is another one. It's a good one.
Oh, Ice-T would be great.
Nah.
SVU Ice-T.
I think we all shooting way too high when we saying Ice-T. I think they're gonna drag John Amos' old ass out there like he's still 45. Like John, you can still do it. I'm 80.
We gotta make him give him the Walter Chain treatment where he gets eaten by a fucking Tremor and shit.
Or Samuel Jackson.
I'll put Walter Jones in the movie though.
No, Chris. Since you mentioned, since we're gonna talk about black man innocently getting snatched away by aliens or monsters, just to be slaughtered within seconds. Get our boy Digimon.
Oh yeah, Digimon Hansu.
Yeah,
he come in there. He's the only.
I have to go back. My family my family is still out there.
Dude, don't tell.
Digimon joke come out of his mouth. I know it'll be bad CGI, but
Digimon Hansu. I want people to understand the Quiet Place 2. Digimon Hansu, him and his son are the only two black people in this white ass fucking town on the island, and I'm like, so. All right, fine, Digimon.
Black men always dying. We fucking dying.
Digimon Hansu had the
both them niggas is dying.
Digimon Hansu had the dumbest death in Quiet Place 2 because they literally all they had to the only thing they had to do, hey Digimon, close that shutter behind you when you walked in. Close it.
Shut the fuck
up.
So
we're not closing. So we don't close the gate. We don't close the gate.
Here's the problem with that.
Hold up, D. Check it out. Here's the ground. Here's how high the shutter was. Here's Digimon.
Use your foot and close it, because I would have did it. I'd be like, foot closed.
Dude, I was cussed at the screen. I'm like, close the fucking gate. God damn.
And like, here's me. Sidestep. Just away from the shutter. Get away from the shutter.
No.
Away from the shutter, sir. You might be safe. You might live. For
not sidestep. Not sidestep. Roll cancel away from the fucking shutter.
No, I meant sidestep. Then have the conversation.
See, that's how the dust would happen.
Was over here inching back towards the car, like I have to go back for my family. You just drove that loud ass car to this spot, and now you want to have a conversation.
But they ain't no priestess in
this fucking
universe.
And you know what? If I'm doing a Tremors remake, I would have a dumb death. I would do like a Final Destination type death.
Dumb death.
You need a Final Destination type death that you don't see coming, where they're thinking they're standing on concrete the whole time, and they're not. And you don't pay attention to them, like kind of visibly like walking away or stepping back a little bit, and you don't realize, shit, I'm in dirt. Bam, and all of a sudden it just grabs them and shit. You gotta do something like that just to fuck with people.
Just like that one, just like the one bitch from the first movie who just got tanked by the fucking
dude. That is still the greatest thing ever in a horror movie and Final Destination. It's like you didn't see it coming, even though they showed the bus, but you're like, how is she gonna die?
That bus was a whole ass ninja.
And also the blood splattering on the teacher, that set it off even better. I was like, she's like, the fuck?
What was just happening?
Come to think of it, come to really think of it. When I look back on that scene, nigga, that's some Tex Avery shit.
Oh, it really is.
There's a lot of
Tex Avery deaths in horror movies, whether it's Tremors or Final Destination, they're good.
Like in Final Destination,
you look outside, you look to the left, nothing. You look to the right, nothing. Take one step out, dead.
It really feels like the soundtrack at that point need to be doing it.
Shockingly enough, Tremors only, other than the two off-screen deaths, Walter Chang was the only death that we saw in the movie.
Saw?
Visibly saw, because the couple at the beginning, they got dragged.
They got dragged underneath.
The shepherd and the sheep got killed off screen, and we just saw his head.
We just saw his head. Which is weird. They just took his body and not his head. That was weird.
Again, we saw the greatest hat trick in this movie.
I know, right?
Oh yeah. Also, the construction workers that got killed.
Wait. So his hat
literally covered everything.
Who put his hat right there?
Like I
perfectly.
It was the Graboids. The Graboids did it. Like I said, I want to know. Did you hold on? Did you do it? Did you
this is gonna look weird?
No. What? Did you place the hat? Did you place? Did you just?
So you mean like this?
Yeah.
Is
No,
that
no,
what
no.
you're telling me?
Yes, I'm telling you that's exactly what they did. And in their own little graboid language, they pretty much said, "Rest in peace, little homie."
Yeah, I already did.
Pour one out.
Pour one out.
Nah, that nigga tripping.
Hey, D, don't let Robot Chicken grab your idea. I would be
Please
so
don't.
mad. I would be so mad. I'll be like, they took D's idea. I hate you, Seth Green.
I took that from a Living Color because Living Color, when they used to make fun of African, they will drop into English for 2 seconds and then hop back into the fake language.
Yo, so they killed a couple. They killed the shepherd, the sheep. They killed the construction workers.
They killed that one dude flopping his hat like this.
So-
Yeah, flopping his hat.
All right.
And then they killed Walter Chang. And then after that, the
I
death
feel
count
like another
stopped.
woman died.
Nah, that was
Nope.
it. Because even the little girl from Jurassic Park dodged
She
the fucking
lived.
death.
She lived. She should have.
The mother
died. Yeah.
dodged the death too.
That's what I'm thinking. I thought she died.
Yeah, the mother
Mom
dodged.
died.
Yeah,
Yeah,
not
the
Lisa
mother
did.
Kudrow
No.
dodged that shit.
Yeah, the mother dodged to death easily. And
Yeah,
stuff.
there wasn't a lot of death, but because what made this movie good was the tension of how the fuck do we get away from these things? All right, because people in the movie, they're like, throw something on the ground, it's just like that.
I mean, the fact that they couldn't hit the cat and the cat, construction, but the construction stuff was too heavy for them to hit, and I'm like, sure.
The one thing that
Sure.
got me though was I was like, yeah, we're gonna take that because they can't take it down. Like, they're just gonna make a hole in the ground, right?
Funny enough,
they're gonna make a
that's
hole in
what
the ground.
funny
You guys
enough,
already
D-
said that they're way smarter than what they are, and that if they're hunters, they're going to they're stupid as fuck. Well, here's the thing.
funny enough, they did that in the sequel. That was one of the main points of the sequel. Like they were, like you said, since we already knew they were smart, they were tricking them, and their truck got hit into a hole and shit. And I was like, oh yeah, that makes sense because of course they're going to trap them there. It makes sense.
I watched it a little bit.
I did love how
I
did love how later in the movie the creatures actually at one point outsmarted the humans. Because remember they thought that dynamite trick was gonna work the second time, and it didn't.
Bitch.
My man said, "Get this shit out." My man said, "Get this."
Get that shit out of here, man.
Like, Chris, just to take your line, my man said, "Yo, get this dirty bullshit out of my face."
You know what happened,
that
right?
nigga
You
Vic
know
that
what happened,
joint,
right?
really.
Hey, they
That
saw
nigga Michael Vick that joint, man.
You know what happened, right? They saw their boy Rob fucking be like, oh, Rob's gonna eat that candle. It's gonna be great.
No, he ain't Vic that
Fuck.
joint. Nah. What really got me because when he threw it, it was like that joint had an arc like that, man. That was a
Kobe.
That was a ball hook shot on that
It
one.
was.
Yeah, that was perfect,
it was until the freaking graboid looked at it and said, "Man, if you don't get this freaking Kyle Reese bullshit out of my face,
Right?
Your homemade pipe bombs, nah.
Sometimes,
B, this shit, nah, B, that shit don't work over here."
Sometimes I love when movies do that. Like a monster figures out some shit, and it's like, nah, bro. That's
Mike Gross had me dying when he said that. Like, what you made all those bombs out of? Stuff around the home. Me, America. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, some mulch around your house there, sir.
A lot of fertilizer here.
Fertilizer. Well, you remember
all that stuff, all that stuff that he used could be found at his local general store.
You remember they were talking
Wong
to him
just provided the terrorists, and Wong. I don't remember.
I like
Chang.
But I find it funny though in the sequel, he literally used the fucking graboid as like a wall mount and shit, like an animal wall mount. He just kept it there and shit as a trophy. I was like, of course he would do that. Of course he would do that.
This is just D. He's being real. So did Reba McEntire die?
Apparently, she went on a trip to see her mother, and we never seen her again.
In the second movie, they say that they divorced.
Yeah, they divorced.
Because they couldn't afford Reba again.
They obviously couldn't afford.
Okay, here's a good question. And I'm not questioning.
It was direct to DVD. It premiered on Cinemax. I remember that shit very succinctly.
I'm not like questioning. They couldn't get Reba McEntire back or anything. But couldn't they do a funeral or something? Like have her like do. You see her like smiling. And he's like,
or. We pull a Terrence Howard, Don Cheadle situation, and we just recast it.
Just give it to some less. Now I don't know country women enough.
Give it to some other
low level country star. So and it has to be somebody like I don't know nobody, and I'm not about to debate, but it has to be somebody that like their career died. Hey, look, she here.
See, I was
gonna say Trisha Yearwood or something.
I don't know. Chris, when I say I don't know country, bro,
I know
outlaw country, and even that's limited.
See, here's the thing: I only know Reba McEntire, Faith Hill, Trisha Yearwood, and Shania Twain.
Shania Twain. No, see, all the people I know were, what I like to call real man's country. Conway Twitty, every time I see you,
with the mullet of justice.
What I like to call cowboy romance, like that shit. Letting know like every time I think about it, it's really good when you really listen to it. It's like these are some beautiful, well-written songs. Yeah, they country and redneck as hell, but you know what? I can see it. And then they start and like Conway Twitty and all them little niggas in the 70s. Oh, they were awesome. They were awesome. Outside of that, I don't fuck with. I don't. I heard Shania Twain is all right.
Jewel, but no, Jewel's more ska.
Jewel's more folk.
She's not ska.
She might be ska. I don't know.
She was at that fucking. She was at that. She was at that fucking. She was in that documentary for that Woodstock 99. She was like, "What the fuck am I doing here with Fred Durst?"
Like Jewel Jewel had the nerve to go up there showing all that cleavage up there. I bet.
Jewel sat there. Here's the funny thing. Jewel sat there said to herself, he's like, "Yeah, I kind of felt out of place because it's like all these white boys that got all this angst, and here I am, a folk singer, and I'm at Woodstock." Like, it's just
like I said, and Jewel, she don't hide the guns at all. She's one of those girls that don't hide them at all. So it's like she
got a drunk frat white boys.
The word "whip it out" came out more than once, and I'm just going to be real. Penises got whipped out too. Why? Because white boys are gay that way. They're weird. They're really
drunk
weird.
White boys that ain't drinking water and they're
white boys get really gay,
rapey and homophobic,
like really gay. Now black men, it's really almost the reverse. We just get really violent. We get really violent, and look, we get really violent, and when you see the murder, you're like, "You gay, ain't you, nigga? What you trying to
say?" Nah, dude. They get very Ike Turner.
It's very Ike Turner.
See, you laugh, but it's like I've seen that shit up close. Not a fun sight. You got to kind of step away from a bit. Like
it gets very. I'm sorry. Somebody told you to talk? No. Because now you saying that I'm crazy.
The testosterone is just.
It turns into
just like.
Remember Wayne Brady? Remember when Wayne like. Say sorry. I'm sorry, Dave. I'm sorry. I did you funny. Rob, bitch, you gonna.
Nah, but it's just but I do, like I said, for them to do, I miss these kind of creature features because, like I said, even though I hate spiders, I like eight-legged freaks. Because it was creature features.
I love debatable. You know that Eris keeps mentioning that, and I keep on telling the same thing. No, Chris won't touch it because Chris is being
no
being a bitch about it.
I hate arachnophobia.
It's arachnophobia that Chris
eight-legged freaks.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking
freaks
about.
Doesn't bother me because it's giant spiders, and it's like, all right, I can live with that. Granted, if giant spiders exist in real life, I probably bitch up. I ain't gonna lie.
But here's the thing, Chris. Here's a grin. The arachnophobia, the cover boy spider on there was a tarantula. You do realize those things don't really hurt you, right?
Yeah,
oh no, they don't.
They're scared of us. They're scared of humans.
They're more afraid of people than we are afraid of them. It's just the logic, the way they crawl and they scurry fast. It's like
to me.
Chris. See, Chris, I can totally understand because it's the same thing with me when it comes to snakes. I don't like the fucking patterns that they come with. I don't like the goddamn colors, and I don't like the fact that they just grow up to be too goddamn big.
But if they're in a tank and it's covered, all right. Cool.
Nope.
I love Eris. I love how Eris.
Nope.
That's a
don't even put me in the same room. Don't even put me in the same room.
That's why that shit in Home Alone threw me off. I'm like, Kevin, don't jump on that shelf. It's gonna break, and it's gone.
Because
look.
No, the reason why I'm saying nope, because Nigga, we did we not do Vampire in Brooklyn? Did you not see that freaking cobra smash the fucking glass?
True. That is true.
Meanwhile, my ass, like I said, I am scared of something. I'm not going to let that out there. I ain't going to let out there what animal that I'm really scared of because it's not embarrassing. I don't want y'all to catch me slipping. But that being said, though, I'm gonna put it to
it's a rat, ain't it? It's a rat, ain't it?
But I'm gonna put it to you this way.
It's a rat with Tim's.
I'm gonna put it to I think anything.
Hey, speaking of which, I am shocked that during me and Eris's trip to New York, we didn't come across a rat with Tim's.
No, y'all didn't. Y'all just came. No, y'all just came across the normal rats. Hey, what's up, Ma? Hey, what's up, Ma? Fine, you a bitch anyway.
I am wholeheartedly shocked. I was yo. It's like you going like you know. It's ironic. Ironically, there's rats in DC. I was walking past DuPont Circle and I thought it was a squirrel. I was like, nah, that's a fucking rat, nigga. Like, goddamn.
Nigga, I was over at the corner right there by Rosecroft, right? I was right by the Rosecroft. I went to the gas station. I thought there was like a cat or something. No, these are. Wow. Okay.
Oh, so they're in PG County now. They're in PG County now.
Here's me. So I'm going back in this. I'm going back in the car. I'm going to a different gas station.
So you're doing what I would do. Like, yeah, you know, I can.
No. I'm not judging you. I'm not. I understand because rats. That's vermin, and that's stuff that you don't have no control.
I don't want to live in New York. That's why
they're animals. They're
about the size of dogs in New York.
What I'm trying to tell you is that I'm taking my business. It's elsewhere. That's what I'm trying to tell you. That's not here, yo. But for me,
it's not you. It's me.
But you know what's so funny? I'm scared of Eric, Chris, you're right. Rats. I fucking hate rats.
Oh, I hate them too.
But that being said, I'm scared of rats. Me at the DC Zoo, gorilla, boom, 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 come over there to the glass, boom, rah, your mama, nigga.
D will sit there and kick a gorilla in the nuts like you're a bitch.
I talk so much.
Johnny Cage in the nuts.
I talk so much shit to these animals when I'm at the zoo, but let it be a mouth, let it be a rat. One by. Hey, what's up, dog?
This is what, which is, you know what's ironic? You know what's ironic though? Before we wrap this up, knowing that cats are literally, they will literally kill a rat. That is amazing to see. But if they're about the size of a dog, cats would be like, yeah, you got it, dog.
I like the rats there. I like the rat. It is always like the thug rats. They're like, do it again, do it. No, we going, right? We going right.
And they back up. I thought
shit. Look, and the cat rolled by. Yeah, I thought so. Come on, I'm ready for this. I was ready for this one.
Like, give me my gun.
Chase me, nigga, chase me.
Oh,
look, it'd be like, you know, when somebody go on TikTok and head up, go on. See, he catch me. Talk about what? What? Jump on all fours now, nigga.
No, the crazy part about for this shit. The crazy part about this film too, though, filmed in '89, but you can never tell. You can't tell.
No, you can tell, but I can still tell it was back in the late '80s, early '90s. Though it still has that same to it.
I think the way it's filmed, it doesn't have that 80s. And maybe that speaks to the transition of how 80s films are and 90s films are, because it still had that like 90s film kind of like.
But here's the funny thing:
a lot of the late 80s films look like that. Like pretty much anything from like late 87 all the way to the end of 89. They look like they were filmed in the earliest part of 1990.
That being said, though, you mentioned Tango and Cash, which was technically the last hit of 1989. That was the last hit, and that was the last hit of the 80s.
Yeah, January was there out, so yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, it was the last one of the 80s too. So it is kind of a weird little situation where you can really tell that the transfer that happened from 89 to 90, basically 88 to 91, you cannot tell the difference of what time it was made. And Eris, you do make a point 87 as well, because when we did what's the face?
The Hidden.
Not even so much the Hidden. But Glenn Close getting banging out on Michael.
Oh, Fatal Attraction.
Oh yeah.
Even that one had the same smell. So around that little late 80s into about 1992, I would say about 1992, maybe 91. That's when that little era ended, and you can tell that camera's kind of upgraded at that point.
Yeah. So, but yeah, like I said, I enjoy watching this quick little movie and stuff. And I'll even say, folks, if you like Tremors, you'll like the cheesiness of the sequels. They're fun to watch and stuff, and seeing Michael Gross just eat it up as
if there is a, I will be real. If there's a chance that we do any more, we'll probably do the second one. But even then, I'm being honest with you, there's no real super guarantee on it. I just want us to do Tremors. Like,
yeah.
I just really wanted to do this movie.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, all the sequels, they're fun to watch in just a ridiculous way because it's just up in the ante on the graboids. And hell, there's one Tremors that's a prequel where we see Michael Gross's character plays like his great-great-grandfather facing off against graboids in the Old West. And I'm like, so you guys just running out of ideas at this point.
What?
Hold
yes.
on. Wait, it's a prequel.
What?
Yes.
And they took the
It's
Back to the
Wild
Future,
West.
and they took the Back to the Future 3 route. That's funny.
Yeah.
Eric, shut up. That is
he
perfect.
ain't lying, dog, because it looks like it is the setup Back to the Future fucking 3. I'm not even joking.
That is perfect. The grandfather, the great grandfather.
Look, I'm not into direct-to-DVD sequels. I will fucking watch these shits in a heartbeat.
Look, Fox,
this is up your alley, yeah.
Tremors 2, nigga. Because I haven't finished watching Tremors 2. I finished after the first 30 minutes. I'm like, I'm gonna watch it later.
Oh, once Jamie Kennedy gets to the fold, it gets even more ridiculous because it's Jamie Kennedy.
I can't.
This is right up his alley.
Here's the funny thing about Chris. There's a funny thing about Chris too. Chris hates Jimmy Kennedy, but I
don't hate Jamie Kennedy.
No. You hate Jimmy Kennedy, but I noticed something. You are a big mark for him too. So even when you Chris, you have said legit things. You have thrown legit criticism at Jamie Kennedy and immediately taken and hug him like he's your own. It is so funny. Your relationship with Jamie.
You know what
Kennedy.
it is? You know what it is?
Easily copy that dude right into the.
You know what it is? It's listening to his podcast and he cracks on his career. And the way he explains like the situation that just how you get to the mass 2 and all that shit, it really feels like he hit that perfect storm where it was just everything was just working out and people were just giving him these jobs. And he's like, all right, fuck it, I'll take it. And it's just like, you know what? If I was in his position, I'd take all the money right then and there. I can't knock it. I really can't.
Speaking of Jamie Kennedy, I'm gonna be very disappointed when fucking Scream 5 comes out in January.
Video of fucking Jamie
and
Kennedy's
this motherfucker,
character.
no, this motherfucker, instead of he'll be comatose for like years in Scream 2, and then he's like diesel down HGH as like fucking ripped.
Well, Fox, you just messed up. You just messed up. I have some news to tell you because we have already set our list of what stuff we're going to do next year. Yeah, we're done. We picked we picked like a good bunch of episodes and we're going to cover them next year. Now, which one we're going to do, when time we're going to do, don't know. I'm going to hit the rando button on that and it's going to be fun. But you already just backed yourself into a corner because you cried. Yes, he cried, everybody. Cried. So guess what, nigga? You want to be on Scream 2 with us. Because you want to talk about, there was like 4 or 5 people. He cried the most. I beat it. No, when I say cried, people were like, Anthony, man, y'all did Scream? Why'd y'all talk to me? I would have did that with y'all. Who else was it? Prime. Prime. I had a couple of things to say about Scream. I didn't know y'all did it. DK, y'all did Scream? Fox the whole time. I'm just saying, like, because I like Scream 2 so much. He goes into a long tangent that.
Okay, no.
Scream 3, but in Scream 3D, I was like, okay, nigga, so you're the next. Yeah, you
so
won.
You tap for this now.
You won.
You mixed me up with Kamado because Kamado fucking right before we did Halloween 6.
Kamado 6.
Yeah, Kamado's your guy for Scream 2.
Both of y'all. I hated both of y'all for that. So yeah, I'm gonna try to get you for that next year, brother. But yeah, man, I'm glad you on. I'm glad I brought you on to this one, man. I'm gonna definitely get you on next year for us, man. But like I said, we used to mention Scream, like, yep, he gave it away. So, hey D, wait a minute. We do a Scream. It's on Valentine's Day. Shut the fuck up and get on point. So I don't know where you're going to be on that episode, brother, but yeah, you're on it, man. You're already locked on to that, man. I promise that one for you.
The Alien franchise shit that we're going to be doing is going to be
next
hilarious
month
because there's an air of just revisiting those movies, even Alien Resurrection.
Yeah,
and you start figuring out like
I
just
gotta
everything.
ask.
Because I mean, if we do Aliens 3, are we doing the director's cut or are we doing?
See, here's the funny thing. Like all things, yes, mention it. Yes, of course, mention it. The
Because
one
Aliens had a director's cut too.
that's what I'm saying. Mention it all, man. We did Friday. We mentioned two uncut. Mentioned two cut scenes.
Two
All right,
versions,
all right.
yeah.
Just want to be sure. Just
I
want to be
gotta
sure.
ask real quick.
Mhm.
Is there a way you could squeeze me in for fucking Resurrection?
Why does everybody want to do Resurrection?
Either that, or Alien
That's
3.
the one
Either
everybody
one.
asks
Either one's
about.
fine. Either
That's the
one's
one
fine.
everybody asks about. I don't know. I have not. I know Duke is going to be on with us, but I don't know which ones. I have not made that decision yet, and at least I didn't figure it out. But it's going to be weird, Chris, because like I said, the first two movies we have nothing bad to say. I already can tell you we're going to have to say nothing bad about it. Yeah, criticism maybe, but oh my god, both of those movies are fucking fantastic. They're masterpieces. It's when we get to 3 and 4. It is how the mighty have fallen when it comes to the
3. I might have
Shit.
my. I think rewatching 3, my opinion is going to probably change because I
I
didn't
think
hate
3 is
3.
not that bad.
It's just like there's just missteps in the plot.
4 had the benefit of being made during that time in the 90s and 2000s where okay, what Gen Xer is the director and writer of this shit?
And you know
This
what?
is so obnoxious.
But let's be
and
real about
so
Alien
stupid.
Resurrection. Alien Resurrection did what unfortunately a lot of movies do now where they wait too long. And I'm glad that Alien Resurrection at least because didn't that come out like 4 years after Alien 3 or something like that?
Something like that.
Yes.
So it was still within that window that you could do a sequel and time hasn't like passed for a long time. But nowadays it's like, well, it's been about 15 years since the last movie and we're doing a sequel. And it's like,
it's going to be weird because, yeah, even though, yes, I'm not saying that Sigourney Weaver couldn't be sexy, but that weird scene where she was doing that thing, playing basketball with Ron Perlman, it was like, hey, Sigourney, you trying to get drilled right now? This is weird.
I mean, Ron Perlman probably was just like, I mean, you know, I'm married, right, Sigourney? You know. Right?
Speaking of which, I think we're going to do this Ghostbusters. No, I don't think I put Ghostbusters on the list. No, I didn't. But I remember we talked about, why did I say Ghostbusters? Whatever. But even Ghostbusters, remember when she was dressed, when Dana was all Zool. We all said the same thing. Hey, the movie can stop now. The movie can stop. We're done. We're done. No. We're at the highlight.
Sir,
Sigourney Weaver looks hot. We're at the highlight of this movie.
Sir, we and Sue would agree with me on this one. We were all Bill Murray's character at that point. I know she's possessed, but
the best part. You know what the best part of that scene was? The best part of the scene.
Possessed. I mean, listen, she's possessed, but well, time to let her rip. I'm gonna throw a dick at it.
It was a this was pure Eris's type of comedy right here. Not. Are you the key master? No. Close the door. Knock. Are you the key master?
Yes. I'm actually a friend of his. He told me to meet him here.
I gotta watch that movie now. Great. Now I gotta watch
that movie. I'm
Hey D, you want to know the part where you clearly see me writing the movie?
What?
Dana's floating, does the freaking kebab shit where she's like turning midair. Yeah. Here's me. Here's my writing. Please come down. It's like, please.
I like the way he said that. Just like
I know Bill Murray didn't have a script in his face when he said that. That's what makes that line so great.
It's just like, please come down.
That was ad lib. That was a pure ad lib line. Please come down.
Bill Murray can make that straightforward. That shit is fucking hilarious.
Oh my god! But like I said, yeah. But anyway, but like I said, the first two Aliens, of course. But the one thing, like I said, and I said it, we're going to say it in the Halloween special too. I said it then. Holy crap! Do you don't understand that me and Chris really want to get it over with and do Prometheus and Covenant? Covenant. No, but here's the best thing. Covenant.
We were kicking around the idea to extend this shit into December for this shit.
I was seriously thinking that. I don't know.
The fact that you two want to talk about Black Goo the movie.
Black Goo the movie is terrible, but Eris, as entertaining as what they did, is when you see the movie. Eris, you're going to be so frustrated Eris is going to have a whole 20-minute segment where he's talking about what just pissed him off. I know
it doesn't have
it
doesn't have
it
shit.
will be
Put it this
gold.
way, look, we make fun of Terminator and their infinite ways of just fucking up Skynet. Alien said, "Hold my beer." It's like, bruh, what are we doing to the mythology here, guys?
Don't remind me of fucking Terminator.
But do you know what? But Eris, but do you know what's the? You remember your boy that tried to bang Marge? He's like, it's not exactly lunch, it's not exactly breakfast, but you get the cantaloupe at the end. Do you know what the cantaloupe at the end is? Covenant is so bad when it gets to about the minute it hits you. I love this movie.
Well, listen,
this movie is so bad.
Listen.
I love it.
All right, guys, listen. I'm gonna take the time to watch it, and I'm gonna come back to you guys. And the next time that we're all on camera, if you see me like this,
exactly how I was when I fucking reviewed Genesis last year.
It's like, if I'm like this, it means I'm waiting. I'm cooking. Because
over it.
I'm stewing over it. I'm gonna let everybody get all their shit out first, and then when it's my time to talk, I'm just gonna go in. So just let me go unfiltered, uncut. Let me say my piece, and then I'll move on.
See,
I know Eris. Eris, the first thing. Sorry, first off, Dwayne. I thought it was a joke, but now I really do have to say it. What was the fucking point of that black goo? What was the fucking point? Like, Eris, I mean it. It is. Prometheus is bad because there's so much potential for that thing to actually be a great movie. And it's like they literally take the shotgun and unload it. And then, like I said, and Covenant fucks up so bad, because it messes up so bad. By the time everybody's dying in it, you're like, I love this movie.
I mean, because
I don't know how you did it.
It goes from a Prometheus sequel,
disgustingly bad. I love it.
First hour's Prometheus sequel, and it's like the second half. Somebody's like, "Hold up, this is supposed to tie into aliens? All right, make your alien movie." And it's like.
It made it worse, but for some reason, his Christmas album, kill him, yes,
just kill him, get it over with right now.
It's my exact same reaction when we did Terminator month last December, and I sat and watched Genesis for the second time in my life, and I'm like, shit on Salvation as much as you want. If you were telling me that Genesis was the answer to Salvation,
bro,
seismic tossed out the fucking window you go.
Bro.
Fox, you saw me. You heard me when we did our discussion for Terminator month.
Yes, I did.
I mean, I was happy the first two movies. Third one, I was like, third one, it's shit. And then, oh my God, Salvation, you wonderful bastard. Please tell me, can I have more of you? Genesis? Okay, we're going back to the past. All right.
To play the shitty games.
Now I'm like, oh my God, what the fuck was that?
It's amazing. It's amazing.
And then Dark Fate.
And then Dark Fate, and then I'm like, you know what? I'm done with this franchise.
It's
Dark Fate.
Dark Fate, again, another one that had so much potential. It's funny how that series was a Michael Jackson facelift. It's like when it got to Salvation, okay, stop, Mike. Stop.
Nope. Keep going.
Like I said, I maintain I enjoy Dark Fate, but I just laugh at how they just revise and say, oh, it's not Skynet, it's Great Value Skynet.
The walking back of Skynet becoming Legion, the most generic ass name.
No,
might as well call it Ultron at that point.
Let's call it Ultron.
See, y'all mentioning the wrong thing here. Genesis was an app that was never explained of what it could do.
No, D.
Stop.
No, Fox. No, Fox, I got this. D, you don't even have to mention that because thanks to Dark Fate, 2, 3, salvation never happened.
No, 2 still happens.
No, I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
still
I'm sorry. 3. No, I'm sorry.
Salvation
3
in Genesis.
salvation. Yeah, 3 salvation in Genesis never happened.
Never happened. So basically, Skynet was dead.
No,
It's just something else new came in. So basically, the black man didn't create Skynet anymore.
I
He's
like
dead.
Miles Dyson. Give
Dyson's
credit where
gone.
credit is due.
What happened is we got a Dubro tech guy that made Legion, and that's how we got into shit.
I just like how it went from Genesis being the retcon to Dark Fate finally coming in. No, it's wiki time.
And it got the and it's only because it got the
that.
blessing from it's a creator of the Terminator franchise that it's canon now.
I am so angry that they called it fucking Legion.
No, what's worse
is a terrible name.
I said this because I compared.
It's not a terrible name. It's it's a character.
Chris, that is a terrible name, and you know it. Hold on. No. Let's scale this.
Super Cyber
Legion.
That needs to be
no. Let's properly scale this. Legion. Skynet. Which sounds better?
I mean, somebody clearly likes Mass Effect, so that's why.
No, I was gonna say who's the edgelord? Who's the edgelord bit bro that owns this company? Who's the edgelord.com baby that came up with Legion?
This?
Somebody like cool, clearly somebody like Mass Effect and was like, call it Legion because the character in the game is a robot, and I'm like,
it just sounds like that whole office has Static X playing in the background constantly.
You know what's even worse?
Mountain Dew bottles everywhere.
Hey, Fox,
and Breaking Benjamin on repeat.
Hey, Fox, you want to know the worst part about that? 5 fucking people, including James Cameron, wrote this piece of shit.
And yet again, I could at least say I didn't come away pissed off like I was with Genesis, but it's kind of like one of those you could have made it better. Because it's not even bad like Genesis was, where it's like, okay, this is shit. It's bad, and like you had some good concepts, but like the execution was just like, because I like the new Terminator, I like the idea of the liquid metal. All right, cool. Female Terminator.
It's literally the TX and the T1000 put together.
Yeah, I didn't mind all that. It's just your execution could have been a bit better. It's like, yeah. But yeah, that's it for all this.
Got a metal plate in my hip. Did 2 tours in Afghanistan. Oh my God. Fuck that movie. Fuck that movie and everything.
Hey, I'm ready to talk about Alien, where we get space truckers fighting aliens, and one what's the name of the black dude? What was it?
I knew you was going to mention him. Yaphet
Koto, almost surviving. I wish he did survive, but he did.
Yaphet Koto kept the tradition that went to Charles S. Dutton, that went to Idris Elba. Nigga, you dying.
We don't know when, but you're dying.
Oh, you dying. You're not making it in this movie.
You'll get your hero moment, but then you're gonna die.
Yeah. Charles got one. Yaphet Koto got one, and Idris Elba got one.
Christ, he was in fucking Prometheus, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Damn it.
Yeah. I was the one driving it. Yeah. And
I hit Charlize Theron with my ship. It's great.
I also hit him with my cork.
I was just about to say that.
I'm Idris Elba.
I will say this before we.
I'm a dancer. I'm a DJ. I'm a performer.
DJ Sue, my one problem with Dark Fate was that.
Go ahead, Fox.
My one problem with Dark Fate, and I even compared it. They tried to do what made Halloween 2018 good and failed fucking miserably.
No,
that's
everything that problem. Fox, everything they tried with Dark Fate failed miserably.
Except the Rev 9. I like the dude who played.
That's what I'm
Rev
saying.
I give the dope. Rev 9 again, cool concept, but guess it's been done before.
I'm gonna say this: if y'all give the Rev 9, giving the Rev 9 all this credit, why y'all still not giving the Team Matrix her fucking?
That's what I'm saying.
I don't understand that.
No. Christiana Loken, that chick. I was fine with it. I didn't have a problem with it.
I was cool with Tasha for Mortal Kombat Conquest getting her clout.
I know you don't, but I know a lot of people that didn't like her. But whatever, it ain't a big deal.
Yeah. So, anyways, we're kind of meandering at this point.
Yeah,
we're done.
Hope you guys enjoyed our 1 hour and 16 minutes of telling you goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye, ladies and gentlemen.
Goodbye, people.
Get the fuck out of here. Let's get the fuck out of here.
Deuces.